What's up with it? Yeah, y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. And yeah, when y'all come in the building, y'all already know what to do. First of all, hit that like button and jump in the comments and let me know y'all in the building. Yeah, Malcolm Roach in the building. What's happening with it? He say, there you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, Mark Wonderlick, what's happening with it? Hustles Holmes, what's good with it? Daryl Deloach, Smooth Groove Boxing, off in the building, straight out that Oak Cliff. My man Nick Silvio, what's happening with it? And there you go, my man Kwame East in the building, back on his gridiron again. Yes, sir. Yeah, let's get it. You know, we got a lot to talk about. Great show yesterday. You know, with the young hitter, the assassin Brian Norman. If y'all missed it, make sure that y'all go back and check out that from yesterday. All Might, what's happening with it? Abdul Anwar, what's happening with it? John Kramer in the building, what's good with it? Meech Murder, what's popping with it? Yeah. And like I said, y'all hit that like button as y'all come in the building. The Queen Sheena is in the building. Salute. There you go. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never on the wrong side. He on the right side, and that's W right side. Big Omega Red, what's happening with it? James, salute. Yeah. So we in this thing, you know. Got a lot to talk about. Lot going on. Brian Bradley, what's happening with it? D-Town in the building. Yeah. Already. So a lot going on, you know. You seen that Dillian White, he didn't finally sign the contract to face Tyson Fury. So I think they supposed to be getting it on in April or May. They ain't got no official date yet, but they talking about either April or May, sometime in April or early May, I think. AJ, what's happening with it? So yeah, Tyson Fury and Dillian White. You know what I'm saying? Let Tyson Fury go out there and put Dillian right to rest once and for all. You feel me? To shut his goddamn mouth. Shut his mouth. Put him to rest once and for all. Hey, my bad, Abdul Anwar, he said, we got 49 people in the building. The light should be 350. Hey, man, what are we doing, my people? I mean, this is just, what, my peopleizations, what are we doing, my peopleizations? What are we doing? It's 800 people in the building. Let's get the likes up to 1,500 right now, my people. This is just ridiculous. What are we doing, my people? It is 800 people in the building. Why are the likes not up to 1,500? The likes should be up to 1,500, my people. Hey, salute to my brother Blue. Hey, Blue gonna let you know. You better get them likes up in his building. For real. Oh, shit. Jared Smith, what's happening with it? Salute. Yeah, Blue. Hey, Blue ain't playing about them goddamn likes for real. But yeah. So, like I was saying, man, Dillian White and Tyson Fury, it's signed. You know what I'm saying? It's a signed deal. Dillian White, he finally signed this contract. And I'm looking forward. I ain't gonna lie. I'm looking forward to Tyson Fury beating the dog ish out of him. I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait for Tyson Fury to beat the shit out of him. Real talk. So, you know, that's a fight we gonna get. We got a lot of fights coming up. You know, in this April, May, We still don't know who Canelo fighting yet. You know what I'm saying? Michael Benson and what's the other fat dude, Dan Raphael? They was coming out with all type of reports that Canelo was signed, sealed, and it was delivered that he was finna fight Bivol and then turn around and fight old ass Triple G. But now Canelo came out and he said, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Pump the brakes on that. I ain't said nothing. I haven't told them nothing. I'm still negotiating. So let's talk about that for a minute. Like I said, hit my like button, smash the like button. 817, what's happening with it? And I had spoke on it a little bit, you know, and I had said that this could be all negotiation tactics by Canelo. He do this every time he finna fight. You know what I'm saying? He do this every time he finna fight. He always reports that come out saying Canelo finna, it's already a signed seal. Canelo finna fight such and such. And then his team will come out and say it ain't true. And then we'll be waiting, and then we'll get the announcement. So I believe that Canelo could be behind the scenes, you know, trying to negotiate the highest amount, right? He could be behind the scenes still trying to negotiate every last motherfucking cent that he can get out of either DAZN or PBC. Now he got them, you know what I'm saying, clamoring for position. Well, like I told y'all before, okay, that's what y'all offering. Well, DAZN said they gonna offer this. Then he go back. Oh, that's what y'all offering. Well, PBC, they offering me this now. So, you know, it's all part of negotiation tactics, but at the end of the day, it comes down to this. If it's a fighter in one of them deals that he don't want to fight, he ain't gonna fight him, no matter how much money they lay on the line. You dig? If he feel like that he don't want to fight Jamal Charlo or David Benavidez right now, well, he ain't gonna take the deal. If he feel like that he don't want to fight Dimitri Bivol right now, or he might feel like that, you know, shit, I don't want to fight Triple G right no more. He ain't gonna take the deal. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's about money, but it's gonna ultimately come down to who he really want to fight and who he don't want to fight. That's what it's gonna come down to at the end of the day, because the money is there on both ends. And yeah, PBC is offering way more money. So if he turned down PBC, well, then we know that it was one of the fighters that was in that contract that he didn't want to fight. And more than likely, it'll be David Benavidez. More than likely, it'll be the David Benavidez fight. Because the David Benavidez fight is the fight that they offering him reportedly. Like I said, this is all coming out of somebody else's mouth, right? But the David Benavidez fight is reportedly the fight where he gonna make the most money. And then y'all got to think about it. If I'm Canelo behind the scenes, right? Because you heard Canelo saying that he wanted to fight in Aztec Stadium, right? Remember he said that he wanted to fight in Aztec Stadium. They said that. Now this is from his mouth and Eddie Reynoso's mouth, that they were looking forward to fighting in Aztec Stadium in September. So if that's the case, if you fight David Benavidez in September at Aztec Stadium, that shit gonna be stupid big. Like, you gonna make way more than 60 mil from all of the back end money that's gonna come in, the international pay-per-view money that's gonna come in with the American pay-per-view money. Now that's big. It don't get no bigger than that. Manny says stadium holds 100K people. Yeah, and 100K people will be in that stadium if he fights David Benavidez in September in Aztec Stadium. That's a huge fight. It's really no other fighter that he can fight besides that'll pack that stadium out and bring the revenue. It's two fighters, right? And this is as far as Mexico. David Benavidez and what's my man, the other Mexican fighter, Man, what the other Mexican fighter at light heavyweight? Man, what's his name? Man, y'all help me out. I got a brain freeze right now. Zordo, yeah. David Benavidez and Zordo Ramirez. Those are the two fighters. So if it's really about money, right? If you really trying to get your biggest payday, what you should be doing with PBC is, okay, cool. I'm willing to fight Charlo. But this is what I'll be doing if I'm trying to get the biggest bag, right? But I'm willing to fight Jamal Charlo, right? So we can do that. We can make that happen. But if you want to put David Benavidez on the back end of the contract to where if I get past Jamal Charlo and then I go fight David Benavidez, this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to agree in contract. All parties going to have to agree that we got to have that fight in Aztec Stadium. We got to have that fight in Aztec Stadium. So who knows? He could be behind the scenes trying to negotiate, having a fight, you know what I'm saying, having his second fight in September in Aztec Stadium if they want him to fight David Benavidez. That makes the most sense. You feel me? David Benavidez and his people, they saying they willing to do any and everything to fight Canelo Alvarez. They willing to take a low ball, barely make a little or nothing to fight him. They willing to go wherever he wants. So that's the fight. Because right now we know that he's not going to fight Zordo. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to fight Zordo. He should. But we know that he's not going to fight Zordo next. So if you're not going to fight Zordo and you want to fight in Aztec Stadium, David Benavidez is the GOAT. David Benavidez is the GOAT. But see, this is the thing though, right? Because you got to look at this shit at all angles. Maybe he does want to fight in Aztec Stadium still, but maybe he wants an opponent that he knows that he can win and look good against in front of his people. Because you don't want to go to Aztec Stadium and have a close, knockdown, drag out type of fight in front of your people, right? You want to go and you want to be able to look spectacular. So who is the fighter that has a name, that still have a name, that the Mexican people are going to want to see, the type of fight, right, that he can look good against? It's Triple G. It's Triple G. And that's that shit I don't like. I don't like that. But yeah, Triple G is the fighter that he could bring to Aztec Stadium and still do huge numbers, but he can look very good against. I think they look at David Benavidez as a threat. I don't think that they look at David Benavidez as somebody that could beat Canelo as far as Canelo and his team, but I think that they look at him as a threat to where, you know, he could cause Canelo Alvarez some problems. Marvin Banks, yeah, don't nobody want to see Canelo fight Triple G. But y'all got to remember, I can't stand that fight. I hate that fight with a passion. I don't want to see that fight. I won't support that fight. I don't want to watch that fight. But what y'all do have to understand is that if it is in Aztec Stadium, right? Triple G has a lot of respect from the Mexican fan base. A lot of the Mexican fan base, remember, they was rooting for Triple G over Canelo. Let's not forget, a lot of the Mexican fan base was rooting for Triple G over Canelo. They was. And let me get to this super chat real quick. I think I did miss a super chat. Hold on. There we go. My man G5 Gabe in the building. What's happening with it, G5? That man, a big speaker. He said, smash my like button. It's free, you filthy animals. Hey, yeah, that's Blue Blood. Man, what are we doing here, people? Come on, my peopleizations. What are we doing here? Smash my like button. Smash my like button. It is free to smash the like button, you filthy animals. Wipe your feet before you enter in. What are we doing here? Let's get the likes up to 2,000 likes, people. It is 1,100 people in the building. Why are my likes up? Why don't I have 2,000 likes, people? Why don't I have 2,000 likes? Hey, man, that's my dude, man. That's my brother, Blue. Oh, man. Yes, sir. But like I said, so when you think about it, like I said, the Mexican fan base, a lot of them, they was going for Triple G over Canelo. See, now Canelo has the highest respect from the Mexican fan base like now the perception of Canelo is changing with the Mexican fans, right? It wasn't like that. They wasn't messing with Canelo for a long time. And like I said, they was going, I was tripping out because I'm saying they around here talking about, oh, Triple G, we accept Triple G. He fights Mexican style. Triple G is the real, because remember back then, Triple G was with Abel Sanchez. He was with a Mexican trainer. So they was big up in Triple G, and they kind of took Triple G in as one of their own. They was looking at Triple G as more Mexican than Canelo Alvarez, and Triple G ain't got a drop of Mexican in him. So a lot of the Mexican fan base, they were saying, oh, Triple G won those fights. They was pissed off because they thought Triple G should have won against Canelo, which I don't think so, but that's what they thought. So how we soon forget how the Mexican fan base was in love with Triple G. They loved them some Triple G. Now, so when you look at it, Triple G still got a big Mexican fan base. So, I mean, that could be the play. Hey, C4 2 Trill said, he said, Blue be up in that whole disciplining boys. Hey, man, Blue gonna get you. He gonna get you right. Right. If you don't hit his like button, he gonna get you right. Hey, John Craver said, that's trademark and infringement. Hey, you crazy as hell. Yeah. Yeah, so so we're gonna see, like I said, because so the reason I'm bringing that up is because if you see that Canelo, it has a fight in Aztec Stadium September, right? That's in one of the contracts that he fights in the Aztec Stadium in September. Well, that's what it's gonna be, y'all. That's what it's gonna be. It might just be Triple G because of Triple G's fan base that he have in Mexico, along with Canelo Alvarez. But I hate that shit. I hate it. Now, let me say this. I don't understand Canelo Alvarez. If he were basically, what I don't understand is why would you fight Bivol first, right? Because he hasn't said anything, but these are the reports that they reported. Why would you fight Bivol first and then go back down to 168? That don't make no sense to me. So what makes sense to me is to fight at 168 and then move up and fight Bivol as your second fight. Why would you fight at 160? Why would you fight Bivol, right? This is what they reporting. And Canelo keeps denying it. Why would you fight Bivol and then shrink back down to 168? Because I'm looking, if you're gonna go to 160, or if you're gonna go to 175 and campaign that light heavyweight, that's what you should do. You should campaign that light heavyweight, not fight it light heavyweight and then backtrack and go back to 168. So that's the part that don't make sense. So it's a lot of things that these sources are reporting that don't make a lot of sense. I mean, does that make sense to y'all? For him to go and fight Bivol and then backtrack and come back to 168 and fight whoever he gonna fight at 168, whether it be a Jamal Charlo, a Benavidez, or a Triple G? I don't understand. That don't make sense to me. Mamba Mentality says coming back to 168 is to make a defense to keep his belts. Why would you want to keep that? Doesn't make sense. You're not going to want to keep the belt if you're going to be, if your whole focus is to campaign and move up to 175. You can't do both. You can't campaign at 175 to become undisputed and keep your belts at 168 at the same time. It don't work like that. So that doesn't make sense. You can't do that. So it's either one or the other. You feel me? Once you at 175, no, you cannot be undisputed in two divisions simultaneously. You can't do that. Yeah, you can't. Mumble Mentality. You cannot do that. You're going to have to relinquish those titles if you're going to go on a run to become undisputed at 175 at light heavyweight. You can't do both. And y'all hit my like button. For real, y'all hit my like button though. You know, y'all make sure that y'all hit my like button. Straight up and down. Hit my like button. Bro, that man is not finna hold up the division hostage and hold 168 and 175 simultaneously. I mean, I know you think that Canelo is fucking Superman and he can swim across the ocean with no goddamn breathing tank, climb Mount Everest, and then fucking, you know what I'm saying, go and beat up David Benavidez, Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Andrade, and Better Beeve at the same time and on the same day, same night, but it ain't gonna happen, bro. Y'all need to chill with all that shit. That man is not gonna be able to hold 175 undisputed and 168 at the same time and campaign back and forth. Like I know you think that he's fucking Superman, but yeah, he's not. He's a human being like everybody else. Now he got skills. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker can fight his ass off, but what y'all talking about is just crazy. J.A. Dixon says boxing officials just might let him do whatever. Well, that don't matter. He can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Going back and forth between those weights like that, he'll kill himself. And he ain't a damn fool. Why would you do that? Like, I mean, you don't have that. That would be stupid. You know what I'm saying? The man ain't no damn idiot, for real. That would just be stupid. Come on now. Y'all tripping with that. And I know I see y'all, oh, well, they going to let him do what they want. That's beside the point. That is beside the fact. He is not going to do that. Once he leaves to campaign at 175, he's not going to want to come back to 168 and campaign at 168. Zenith 360 says, what makes more sense is to have two guys of Mexican heritage fighting Aztec Stadium. Yeah, that make all the sense in the world. Like I said before, Zenith, what makes the most sense is him and David Benavidez in Aztec Stadium. You got everybody in the U.S. is going to watch that shit. You got the Mexican fans is going to pack out that stadium 100,000 plus. You got the Mexican you know what I'm saying, international pay-per-view numbers, American, like that's going to do big. So they, like I said, they might be behind the scenes trying to pull that off. We don't know. You feel me? We don't know. Just like, you know, everybody want to jump the gun, but we really don't know. You know what I'm saying? What's going on behind the scenes? I wouldn't be surprised with none of the news. Whatever they come out and say Canelo doing, I wouldn't be surprised either way. Real talk. I would not be surprised either way. Real talk. But y'all hit the like button, because we just starting to cook. You know what I'm saying? But we don't know. Like I said, we just gotta wait and see. But if Triple G is involved anyway, I don't want to see Triple G in nobody contract. And you can't really make an argument with me that Triple G should be on nobody contract, because if you say, oh, well, he'll be a big fight in Mexico. Well, David Benavidez is Mexican, just like Zenith was basically saying, and David Benavidez is a bigger fight. So we just got to wait and see. Coach say he's scared of Benavidez, he will duck him. I don't see why he'll be scared of Benavidez. Looking at both of the fighters, Canelo's a better fighter than David Benavidez, coach. He just is. I don't know how anybody can look at boxing. If coach is a boxing coach, and you can look at both of them and tell me that David Benavidez right now is a better fighter than Canelo. He's not. He's just not. I mean, now, I'm a bigger fan of David Benavidez because I like David Benavidez. I like his fight style. I like how he moves. I like how he's willing to fight any and everybody. I like everything about David Benavidez, but he's not a better fighter than Canelo Alvarez. He's just not. I don't even know why you continue to say that David Benavidez is better than Canelo. Like how? How you see David Benavidez be like that? Shit is just like, to me, coach, that shit is the most craziest, outrageous shit that you can fucking say. Like, for real. I'm gonna just keep it real. And like I said, I fuck with David Benavidez the long way. But that shit is outrageous for you to sit up here and say that David Benavidez is a better fighter than Canelo Alvarez. It just is. Bro, like, come on now, coach. Like, David Benavidez has not accomplished, like, yeah, he's been a champion, but he ain't beat nobody. He's beat nobody. You know what I'm saying? For you to be sitting up here saying that he's a better fighter than Canelo. How? Oh, let me see. Let's pull up David Benavidez's resume, right? Because some fighters you could just go off of, okay, this dude gonna be bad, and David Benavidez, he look like he gonna be, I mean, he is gonna be a hell of a fighter. But come on, man, who he fought? J.A. Dixon said, for real, he said, what he better at? Snorting or throwing combos? Hey, I ain't gonna do that to David. Like I said, I mess with David Benavidez heavy, but come on, bro. Like, David Benavidez, you cannot. When I watch David Benavidez, that shit, I don't look at him and say, man, look who he just beat. He's better than Canelo Alvarez. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. That shit crazy, bro. Now resume don't matter. Now coach said F the resume. He said every fighter Canelo beat, Benavidez would destroy. Okay. Well, I want to see Benavidez get in there with every fighter that Canelo's beat. I want to see him get in there with a fighter on the caliber of Lara. I want to see him get in there with a fighter on the caliber of Cotto. I want to see him get in there with a fighter on the caliber of a Callum Smith. He still ain't fought nobody on the caliber of Callum Smith. Or, I mean, come on now, bro. David Benavidez ain't even never fought nobody on Billy Joe Saunders level. And, yeah, he fought my man, Anthony Dirrell. But Anthony Dirrell been shot out. Anthony Dirrell was way past his prime when David Benavidez fought him. Let's just keep it 100. David Benavidez ain't fought nobody. So stop crowning these fighters just because, like I said, you keep on thinking, right? Just because you like a fighter, and fuck around and let them make one of these fights and put your money up. Because like I said, I'm not going to have no problem with taking all the money you got because you betting and you thinking with your heart instead of knowledge. You feel me? Now, would I love to see the fight? Yeah, I like to see the fight. Can David Benavidez, can he present Canelo Alvarez some problems? He probably could, you know what I'm saying, with his length and his you know what I'm saying, just his output, right? But it's a whole different story when you in there with a caliber of fighter like Canelo that has a very high ring IQ, that has real good defense, that has real good power, right? When David Benavidez throwing all that bullshit and Canelo catching that shit and countering him and hitting him with clean flush shots, David Benavidez is going to have to change the way he fights. Now, have we seen David Benavidez be put in a position to where he has to, you know what I'm saying, switch up the way that he fights? Where he has to come with a whole different game plan to where he can't just walk you down and overwhelm you throwing a million punches at one time. Because now you getting hit with some shit and he blocking your shit in return. It's a whole different ball game, man. So keep thinking that shit if you want to. David Benavidez is not ready yet. But you talking about that most of the people that Canelo fight was over the hill. Okay, I said whether you thought that Cotto or whoever else he fought was over the hill. What I said is we still haven't seen David Benavidez in the ring with a caliber of opponent of a Canelo over the hill. I mean, of a Cotto over the hill or not. Of a Billy Joe Sanders, of a goddamn Colin Smith. Don't matter. Over the hill or not, he still ain't fought no fighters on that caliber. So you can say what you want to. The fact still remains. David Benavidez, he still haven't been in the ring with a caliber of fighter of a over the hill Miguel Cotto. But like I said, I'm not shitting on David Benavidez because I fuck with David Benavidez heavy. You dig what I'm saying? Like, he a hell of a fighter, and his mentality is more his mentality to me. It's more about David Benavidez's mentality to me because his confidence in himself, in him, and he's willing to put himself in front of anybody in that ring. That's what I like about David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Dirrell at 36 years old is not better than Colin Smith. That's a lie, Batman. Anthony Dirrell, when he fought David Benavidez at like 36 years old or 35 or 36, whatever he was, is not better than Colin Smith. He's not. Anthony Dirrell been shot out. Motherfucking Anthony, what are you talking about, bro? Anthony Dirrell, and I like Anthony Dirrell personally in real life. You know what I'm saying? But Anthony Dirrell, bro, you seen Kyron Davis beat the dog shit out of Anthony Dirrell. Kyron Davis beat Anthony Dirrell. And you sitting up here telling me that Anthony Dirrell at that point in time is better than Colin Smith? Man, that's what I'm saying. Y'all just speak from a standpoint because you don't like Canelo, right? Y'all cannot ever speak on certain fighters with facts because you just speak from a standpoint is I don't like him. So I'm going to say anything to downgrade this fighter because I don't like the fighter. I don't care about none of that shit. I'm just speaking about facts. 817 Boxing Beat. Yes. So if Anthony Dirrell and Colin Smith fought, you goddamn right I'm taking Colin Smith over Anthony Dirrell. Now, the Anthony Dirrell, the dog Dirrell back in the day, No, Anthony Dirrell was better back in the day. But a washed up Anthony Dirrell, nah. Hell nah. Have y'all seen Anthony Dirrell in the past? Come on, man, y'all tripping. I don't know. It's funny to me. It's funny to me. It's like y'all got amnesia and shit. Y'all done forgot how Anthony Dirrell has looked these past 4 years. Anthony Dirrell been washed up. You know what I'm saying? He ain't. Let me go down. When was the last time Anthony Dirrell actually looked good in a fight like that? And I hate to do that because I fuck with Anthony Dirrell heavy. But y'all just get to tripping sometime and saying any and everything. Anthony Dirrell. Man, I'm like, check this out, right? Check this out. Anthony Dirrell didn't even look good when he fought Abner Yildirim. And y'all forgetting about that? That fight was stopped on a technical decision. Anthony Dirrell fought Abner Yildirim before he fought David Benavidez. And he ain't even look good against Abner Yildirim. The dude that Canelo went through there and fucking walked through like some goddamn wet tissue paper. He tore through Abner Yildirim like wet tissue paper. And Anthony Dirrell had a fucking tough fight with Abner Yildirim. And y'all talking to me about Anthony Dirrell? He been shot. Yildirim was beating Anthony Dirrell before that fight got stopped. And y'all talking, that's what I'm saying. Y'all say any and everything and sound ignorant as hell a lot of the times because you don't even think with, you know what I'm saying, logic. You just say shit just to say it. Dirrell been shot out. So y'all complain and cry so much about Canelo fighting Abner Yildirim, but y'all the same ones in here right now talking to me, telling me about Anthony Dirrell and how good Anthony Dirrell is, comparing him to Canelo and David Benavidez, and y'all didn't even know that Yildirim was whooping, you know what I'm saying, was whooping Anthony Dirrell, Abner Yildirim. Man, make this shit make sense to me, for real. Y'all make this shit make sense to me. Make this shit make sense to me. Y'all got to stop this bullshit. But like I said, David Benavidez is not a better fighter than Canelo Alvarez. If you think that shit, you might need to watch some coaching tutorials or something, coach. Hey, you know I love you to death, but you might need to sit down and rethink. Because if you in your gym telling people, teaching these kids that David Benavidez is a better fighter than Canelo Alvarez, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. J.A. Dixon says, I need to know why Benavidez keep fighting C-level guys and smaller guys moving up to 168. Yeah, but he fighting these dudes, right? All these small dudes that's moving up to fight him. And like I said, I fuck with David Benavidez, but that's your proof to tell me that he's a better fighter than Canelo Alvarez? Come on, man. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop this. You dig? But we going to move on. Ricky Williams in the building. Ricky Williams is in the, what's happening, Ricky? Coach said, I don't know shit about boxing. If anybody in here talking right now don't know shit about boxing, you one of them, Coach. If you on here talking about David Benavidez is a much better fighter than Canelo Alvarez, you tripping, bro. You tripping, Coach. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I hope they do make that fight. I hope they do make that fight. And I want my money in all big bills. Ricky Williams says Haney and Kambosos Blue Blood said Haney and Kambosos is being finalized for May. Yeah, I seen some news on that. I ain't gonna jump the gun. We gonna see. We'll see. I hope so. And when that is finalized, if it do get finalized, then we could cook on that. I'm gonna cook on it. But you know what happened when you get to jumping the guns on this boxing shit. Turn around tomorrow and then it'll be a whole different story. So I don't know. I just gotta see. Now, should Canelo fight David Benavidez? Yeah, he should definitely fight him because that's the fight that the fans want to see. And it's a fight that make a whole lot of sense. Like David Benavidez and Canelo actually make more sense than David Benavidez and Charlo money-wise because, like I said, you can have that in Aztec Stadium and that shit is huge. 100,000 plus fans in one stadium. Yeah, it don't get no bigger than that. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? And as far as the news with Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't really want to talk about that too much until we get more info. Till we get more info on it. Because like I said, you never know. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But if anybody would know closely, it would be Blue because Blue got a close, tight relationship with Bill Haney. So if anybody would know, Blue would know. But like I said, I just kind of seen the news pop up. So I can't really go into what's going on and go into that until I go, study it myself. You know what I'm saying? I need to go, check out what's really going down behind the scenes myself. Then we could talk on it more. So now in other news, you dig? Other news, man. Gary Antuanne Russell is fighting this weekend. Y'all hit my like button. Gary Antuanne Russell, yeah. Gary Antuanne Russell. The big, the you know what I'm saying, the little brother, but the big brother. Fighting at 140. He fight Victor Postal this weekend. Yeah, Victor Postal. Victor Postal then beat Lucas Matisse when Lucas Matisse was that dude. He then fought Terence Crawford and Terence Crawford outboxed him. But Terence Crawford didn't want to taste none of Victor Postal power back then. Victor Postal, he fought Jose Ramirez, and I thought he beat Jose Ramirez. And I think that might have been his last fight. Victor Postal's last fight. Hold on. And let me apologize to my man Anthony Durrell. I'm sorry, Anthony, but I just had to keep it 100 because Anthony Durrell, he ain't what he was back in his younger days. But y'all made me kind of shit on Anthony Durrell, and I wouldn't want to do that. So Victor Postal is 31-3. He his last fight. Now this is the thing. Victor Postal ain't fought in 2 years. A year and a half. He ain't fought in a year and a half. He ain't fought since he fought Jose Ramirez in August of 2020, right? But I thought that Victor Postal should have won that Jose Ramirez fight. It was a close fight, but I'm just giving y'all, right, letting y'all know how good Victor Postal has been in his career. Because Jose Ramirez can fucking fight. And y'all hit my like button. Y'all smash on my like button. If y'all ain't hit my like button, hit my like button. Jose Ramirez can fight. Jose Ramirez ain't no punk. Dude can go. Jose Ramirez knocked fucking, he knocked snot out goddamn, what's my man from D-Town? What's my man Maurice Hooker? Jose Ramirez knocked out Maurice Hooker. Jose Ramirez can fight. And when he fought Victor Postal, I believe, should have won that fight. Zenith 360, yeah. Zenith 360 says he rewatched he says that he thought that Ramirez won that fight. So Victor Postal, if like I said, he's been out of the ring for a year and a half, but if Victor Postal been keeping up on his game, and if Victor Postal is the same fighter that he was when he fought Jose Ramirez, Gary Russell got a hell of a fighter, right? That's coming in the ring to fight him. And so if Gary Antuanne Russell runs through Victor Postal, first of all, y'all need to know that nobody has ever knocked out Victor Postal. Not Terence Crawford, not Jose Ramirez. Nobody has ever stopped Victor Postal, right? Like I said, he got a loss to Jose Ramirez, which I thought he should have won. He lost a close fight to Josh Taylor, which I thought Josh Taylor won the fight, but look who Josh Taylor is. Josh Taylor is the undisputed champion at 140 pounds. And then he lost to Terence Crawford. So Victor Postal has only lost to the top echelon of fighters at 140 pounds, right? Victor Postal ain't never lost to a middle of the pack type of fighter. He ain't never lost. Only A-class level fighters Victor Postal has lost to. He's only gotten beat by A-class level fighters. So y'all need to understand what Gary Russell is going up against, because Gary Antuanne Russell, he's been out of the ring for a long time. So the inactivity gap is not big. They both then had, year plus layoffs. You dig what I'm saying? So they both been out of the ring a year or more. So this fight right here is going to show everybody how good or how great Gary Antuanne Russell is. Because you can't say, oh, well, Victor Postal shot out now. Nah, you can't say that, because you only can go off of a man's last performance. And the last time we seen Postal, he wasn't shot out. You feel me? The last time we seen Victor Postal, he wasn't shot out. Because like I said, you go back and watch the fight with Jose Ramirez, I thought he should have won that fight. So you fighting another A-class opponent, and it's a decision to where it could have went either way, you're not shot out. So Gary Antuanne Russell, he should have a very, very tough fight on his hands. Gary Antuanne Russell should, now listen to what I'm saying, he should have a very tough fight on his hands. But if he don't, and he able to destroy Victor Postal, that's going to show you exactly what Brian Norman Jr. said about Gary Antuanne Russell yesterday. He said, I want to fight Gary Antuanne Russell because when I look at Gary Russell, I see him as being that dude. He says, he's a bad motherfucker. Gary Antuanne Russell is bad. And he said, those are the type of fighters I want to fight. So if Gary Antuanne Russell can destroy Victor Postal, and if he stopped Victor Postal, like I said, ain't nobody never stopped Victor Postal. Gary Antuanne Russell did not fight in November, Mr. Mechanical. He ain't fighting November. November just passed, my dude. Gary Antuanne Russell didn't fight in November. Gary Antuanne Russell last fight was in February of 2020. Was in May. Gary Antuanne Russell fought in May, not November. He fought in May. So, like I said, if he destroys Victor Postal, oh yeah. If y'all don't know him, if you don't like what Teddy Pendergrass say, if you don't know me by now, oh yeah. If you don't know him by now, come Saturday, February the 26th, this weekend, oh yeah, you're gonna learn. Because to me, that's gonna really put Gary Antuanne Russell on the map. And that's gonna let everybody know he better than everybody at 140 pounds. And I'm gonna say it, if he can stop Victor Postal, to me, that's showing me that he better than everybody at 140 pounds. And Next up need to be Josh Taylor, because I think that would be the most competitive fight. If he run through Victor Postal, and don't forget, like I said, he fight this weekend on Showtime, and if he run through Victor Postal, it's a wrap, y'all. Whoever your favorite fighter is at 140, if you got a favorite fighter at 135 that's moving up to 140, they not fucking with Gary Antuanne Russell. They not. But like I said, we don't know. He still got to show us. He got to show us, because we can't crown Gary Russell. He better than Regis. If he go in there and destroy Victor Postal and stop him, Regis is my guy. But yeah, I have to say that he better than Regis, because I don't see Regis prograde going in there from, like I said, if Victor Postal is the same fighter that he was the last time he stepped in the ring, I don't see Regis prograde going in there and destroying and stopping Victor Postal. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I see Regis prograde beating Victor Postal? Yeah. I would pick Regis prograde to beat Victor Postal, but I wouldn't pick Regis prograde to stop Regis prograde. So that's what I'm saying. If Gary Russell go out there and stops Victor Postal, yeah, I'm putting him over Regis and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Coach says Regis will stop Postal. We don't know that. Just like we don't know if Gary Antuanne Russell will stop Victor Postal. You can say you think Regis will stop Victor Postal, but you that's your opinion. That's not a fact until they get in the ring. You dig what I'm saying? That's his opinion. So what I'm saying right now, if Gary Russell can go out and stop Victor Postal, now we know, right? Now we know. He fought a top-level opponent and he destroyed them. Hey, y'all gonna put some respect on his name. Now, he still has to do it. He could go out there and he could win the fight, but have a tough fight against Victor Postal. You know what I'm saying? He could have a tough fight against Victor Postal, because the fight haven't happened yet. So we can't crown Gary Antuanne Russell until we see the fight happen. We still got to see the fight happen. At the end of the day, those two men still got to get in the ring. But like I said, this is one y'all ain't going to want to miss. Telling y'all ain't going to want to miss this fight on Saturday, because Gary Antuanne Russell, you looking at the next big thing. Like y'all talk about Jerron Boots Ennis. Well, Gary Antuanne Russell right there. Gary Antuanne Russell beat Jerron Boots Ennis like 2 or 3 times in the amateurs. So that already lets you know how great Gary Antuanne Russell is subject to be, right, in his career. And if he destroys Victor Postal, a lot of these fighters, and I'm not talking about Regis, but right, and I'm not talking about my man Brian Norman, because you heard Brian Norman call Gary Antuanne Russell out yesterday on the show. But I'm talking about everybody else in the division. They ain't gonna want no parts of Gary Antuanne Russell, because Gary feel like that when his name is said, your favorite fighter. And if you feel like I'm talking to you, well, I'm talking to you. Your favorite fighter get quiet as a church mouse, right? You can hear a motherfucking cat piss on cotton when Gary Antuanne Russell's name is brought up. You don't. Yesterday was the first time we ever heard a fighter in the professional sport of boxing call out Gary Antuanne Russell. And we got to get that to my man, Brian Norman, the assassin, right? Other than that, ain't nobody never called out Gary Antuanne Russell. And this weekend, February the 26th, he is going to get in that ring and he's going to show everybody why everybody is afraid of him. Why everybody get quiet when his name is mentioned? So he still got to do it though. He got to get in there and show everybody why he got the whole division on hush. Besides, and like I said, I'm not throwing Brian Norman in there because Brian Norman came straight for the smoke. And I'm not going to throw Regis Prograis in that conversation because I ain't never heard Regis Prograis duck nobody. But everybody else, whether it's at 135 or 140, they get quiet when Gary Antuanne Russell's name is brought up. You dig what I'm saying? So on Saturday, we're going to get to see what the hype is all about. On Saturday, we're going to really get to see, damn, what is the hype surrounding Gary Antuanne Russell? And the great thing about it is we don't have to see it against a fucking bum. We get to see it against a real top-level fighter in Victor Postal. A man that's then went fucking, you know what I'm saying, neck and neck. That's then ran alongside the best of the best in the sport of boxing. And that's Victor Postal. So, yeah. J.A. Dixon says, Sabril Matias called out Regis, and Regis turned into Daniel Jacobs talking about a bag. I didn't see that. But, you know, I'm pretty sure Coach might know about that. I don't know nothing about that, so I can't speak on that, J.A. But Sabril Matias, he can fight. But when I look at him fight, Gary Antuanne Russell just got too much skills for him. That's what I believe. But it'll be a hell of a fight. I would love to see that fight. What's happening with it, KG? KG says, that first 4 rounds would tell me exactly what time Gary Russell about to be on. I think he can definitely stop him because the 1.5-year layoff will have an effect. Well, it could have an effect and it couldn't. You know what I'm saying? So when a fighter get in the ring, we can tell right off the rip if they shot or if they sharp, right? By the way that they coming out with their jab, by how active they are, by, you know what I'm saying, how they moving. You can tell if a fighter is shot or not. And I don't really know too much about Victor Postal outside of the ring. I don't know if Victor Postal is the type of fighter that train all year round and keep himself in shape. I've never seen Victor Postal out of shape. I can tell you that. So he might be like the Russells, where he stay in the gym, even if he's not fighting. He might be like the Russells, where he stay in the gym, even if he's not fighting, and he stay in shape. So, right, he might not go in there and show you ring rust. Or he could be the other type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? To where he ain't been in the gym. And he do got a lot of ring rust. So we just don't really know. We don't really know. Like I said, I've never seen Victor Postal look like a shot fighter. He's had layoffs before. Look at the layoff that Victor Postal had in between. Let me go back to Victor Postal, because this is not, you got to understand, Victor Postal only has 34 fights in his career. So look, when he fought Josh Taylor, so he fought once in 2019, he fought once in 2020, and he did fight in 2022. So he's not really that active anyway. You know what I'm saying? He's not that active anyway. You feel me? He's not usually really that active. So, you know, we'll see. We'll be able to see real fast if he shot out or not. But so, yeah, let's move on. So make sure that y'all don't miss that. Showtime this weekend, Gary Antuanne Russell versus Victor Postal. And we really going to be able to see what all the hype is about surrounding Gary Antuanne Russell. You dig? And it's a lot of talent, up-and-coming talent that's already in the division at 140. So, yeah, this is his time. This is his time to put everybody on notice. You dig? Big Snack Pack in the building. in that super chat. What's happening with it? Big Snack Pack. What it do? But yeah, so let's move on. Let's move on. Let's talk about, and y'all hit my like button. Y'all hit the like button. Let me check out the likes first, because now we're gonna get to really cooking. We're gonna get into the main topics. We're gonna get, to talking about Rollie Romero and Gervonta Tank Davis. And we are about to get into the Errol Spence, the big fish, that nigga with the shag, saying the truth, and Terence Crawford. But before we do that, let me go check my likes. Let me go check these likes. Hold on, y'all. See what these likes is looking like. Have to call Blue Blood and get Blue Blood in the building, man. Get on y'all about these likes. Get the likes up. Y'all get the likes up. It's a lot of y'all. I'm looking at the likes right now, and it's a lot of people in the building that have not hit the like button. A whole lot of people. Y'all get the likes up. Come on. It's free. It's free, y'all. Get the likes up. You know what I'm saying? Because we cooking. I'm on here every day putting in work. The least you can do, if you can't support the channel no other way, least you can do is get the likes up. You feel me? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, right? Hit the likes and let's talk about it. So Gervonta Tank Davis is fighting Rollie Romero next, right? He's fighting Rollie next. And my thing is Rollie, and do y'all, and I want to know from y'all, right? And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Right? I'm gonna open up the phone lines, so y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna open up these phone lines for everybody, but I'm gonna give my take on this. They put Gervonta Tank Davis and Rollie on pay-per-view, right? We were supposed to get Gervonta Tank Davis and Rollie on pay-per-view. When when that shit happened with Rollie and Rollie had to pull out, and then we had Gervonta Tank Davis versus Isaac Cruz. At this point in time, Leonard Ellaby has told you it doesn't matter who they put Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring with. He believes that you're going to pay for it. He believes that every fight that Gervonta Tank Davis in is a pay-per-view worthy fight just because it's Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, I believe that these are not pay-per-view worthy fights. I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis, to me, he don't have no more get out of jail free cards. I think that he should be fighting the big names. His promotional company, along with him, should be in the media pushing for the biggest fights. They should be pushing for the Teofimo Lopez's, the Vasil Lomachenkos, even the George Camboses, the Devin Haney's, whoever it is that they should be pushing for these big names. And we're not seeing that. You know what I'm saying? They keep feeding us these opponents that we know that Tank is going to walk through. And I want to say this, right? Because I've said this plenty of times. Gervonta Tank Davis is a hell of a fighter, right? But one thing I've always said is that we've never seen Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring with a boxer. We never seen Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring with somebody that can box, that's slick, that got movement. And you know what people say to me? They say, oh, that's a lie. He was in the ring with Jose Pedraza. Jose Pedraza does all of that, right? And so, the Jose Pedraza fight, when Tank first won his title, that was over 5 years ago. So the other day, I did something for myself. I said, because it's been a long time since I saw that fight. So I said, you know what? I want to go back and I want to look at Tank Davis. I want to see, how Tank Davis fights against somebody that can move and that's slick and does all of that. Somebody that can box. That's a real good boxer. I want to see that because all I can remember is Tank fighting fighters that just come straight forward in front of him. right? All I remember is him fighting fighters that all they do is they just come straight forward, right? So I said, I want to go back and see the Pedraza fight. And I said, you know what? Damn. People keep bringing up Pedraza to me, and y'all need to go back and watch that fight. Because like Roy Jones, y'all must have forgot. If you go back and watch the Pedraza fight, Pedraza walked Tank. He tried to walk Tank down. Pedraza didn't box Tank at all. Pedraza didn't use no footwork, no head movement. He came straight forward like a Mexican fighter, right? He came straight forward and he tried to fight Gervonta Tank Davis Mexican style. And I don't know why he tried to fight Tank like that. Maybe because back then Tank was young and he saw a smaller fighter in front of him and he felt that he could walk Tank down. He tried to walk Tank down. He didn't try to box Gervonta Tank Davis. He didn't try to box Gervonta Tank Davis. You can't talk about no Leo Santa Cruz to me because Leo Santa Cruz has no type of footwork at all. I'm talking about a boxer, somebody that has a good jab, that has good defense, good head movement, that can, you know what I'm saying, that can give you different angles. Not nobody that's going to stand right in front of you. Just because you can throw a whole bunch of punches and stand in front of somebody, that does not make you a boxer. I need to see Gervonta Tank. What are you talking about, Gamboa? Gamboa Dundada. Now you sound real ignorant. Gamboa was not in there trying to. Gamboa is known to be a fucking puncher, not somebody that can box and that's slick. Come on, bro. I need to see Gervonta Tank Davis against somebody that can. Now, am I saying that if he gets in there that with somebody that can box and that's slick, am I saying that he can't beat him? No. But what I'm saying is that I need to see it. I haven't seen him in there with nobody that can box like that. And like I said, y'all, I'm going to cut the Pedraza shit out because Pedraza, he didn't try to box Tank. He came forward the whole fight and he tried to walk Tank down and push him back. And that shit did not end too well for him. It didn't end too well for him. We need to see Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring with somebody that can box. That's slick. That's going to give him different angles. Everybody that we've seen in the ring with Tank, they fought him the same exact way. Right there in front of him to be hit. So, with that being said, what they're doing, and whether y'all like it or not, I mean, you know what I'm saying? If the truth is just the truth. They are putting Gervonta Tank Davis in there consistently with the same style of fighter. The same style of fighter. In order to show me that you are seasoned on all that you're able to fight all different styles of fighters, I need to see you in the ring with all different styles of fighters. I need to see the adjustments that you're going to make when you're in there with somebody that's going to give you different, you know what I'm saying, head movement and different angles and that got good defense and all of that shit. Got a good jab, know how to box behind the jab, know how to do, you know what I'm saying, these different things. I need to see that. Maybe y'all don't want to see it because y'all just happy with Tank Davis in the ring with whoever they put him in the ring with. And that's why Leonard Ellaby comes out and he does interviews and says, we don't care. Y'all gonna buy it anyway. We'll put Tank Davis in the ring with whoever we want to put him in the ring with, and we don't care because you're gonna buy it. And he's pretty much right. He's right. What he's saying, he's right. Zenith 360 says 95% of Tank's career was at 130. The only slick boxer was Farmer, and he turned down the Showtime offer. He got 2 fights at 135, so it's impossible to have more diverse styles than establishing 135 pounds. That's a lie. That's a complete lie. Zenith, what you just said is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that nobody at 130 pounds when Tank was at 130 pounds, the only boxer that could box was Tevin Farmer. That is bullshit. You can lie to everybody else, but you can't get on here and talk to me like I don't know boxing. That's a fucking complete lie to sit up here and tell me that the only fighter that was at 130 pounds when Gervonta Tank Davis was campaigning at 130 was Tevin Farmer? You really typed that and tried to convince me that the only fighter that was at 130 pounds the whole time Tank was in a division that could box was Tevin Farmer? Is you serious? Come on, bro. But like I said, Gervonta Tank Davis is subject to beat everybody. But now I've seen how he performs time and time again with fighters that's going to be in front of him, that can walk, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be right there. Now I need to see. I want to see, right? For me to put that last stamp, because he got all the stamp of approvals. We know that Tank is a bad dude, right? But for me to see and to be able to put that last stamp of approval to say, oh yeah, Tank, this dude untouchable damn near. I need to see him in the ring with another fighter, right? A fighter that has all of the tools in the bag, that's slick, that can box, that can give you different angles, that got good footwork. We ain't seen him in there with nobody like that yet, right? You feel me? So I want to see that. I know how he does against a guy that has a fighting style like Rollie or Gamboa or, you know, something like that. Oh yeah, Pac-Man. Pac-Man. See, I think you might have got in here late, Pac-Man. Yeah. Tevin Farmer was definitely one of the fighters at 130 pounds, but he wasn't the only slick fighter at 130. Why you said the whole time that Tank was at 130 pounds. That was just a lie, bro. Zenith360 says, who were the slick boxers at 130 back then? Names. Well, I can give you one real quick, simple name. Vasil Lomachenko was one of them. Moving along. That was easy. That was real easy. So I mean, come on, bro. Like we need to see that, and I want to see that. You dig what I'm saying? I want to see Gervonta Tank, because I know what Tank Davis looked like if he get in the ring with a Miguel Berchelt or somebody like that. You feel me? It's easy work for him, those type of fighters. But we need to see the fighter, you know, that can frustrate him, give him angles, do different things, and then we could put the final stamp of approval on Gervonta Tank Davis. You feel me? We could put the final stamp of approval on Gervonta Tank Davis once we see that. But I've seen enough of him getting in there against fighters that's just going to stand in front of him or try to walk him down. But let me open up the phone lines for y'all. Hold on. I'm going to open up these phone lines, and I'm going to let y'all cook. We're going to open up the phone lines. You know what? Let me see. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to do it different. I ain't going to open up the phone lines. What I'm going to do is hold on, y'all. I'm going to drop the link, and this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to drop the link, and I'm going to do it like Fred do on the Barbershop Conversation. I'm going to let one person come up at a time, because we still got to talk about this Errol Spence shit. So when we get to talking about Errol Spence, y'all can come back. But I'm going to let one person come on at a time. You know what I'm saying? Give me your take on this, and then jump back out and let the next person come on. So so I'm gonna put the link, the link, so you can tap in with me. Give me a second. Hold on, y'all. Give me one quick second. I'm gonna put the link up, and y'all can tap in with me and be in and out. Don't be long-winded because everybody got something to say. All right, there it is. The message should be pinned at the top. So if you want to jump in and give me your take on, shit, like what you think Tank Davis should do next? What type of opponents do y'all want to see him in the ring with next? And do y'all think that Rollie versus Tank is a pay-per-view fight? Like I said, the link is pinned in the chat. Mr. Steal Your Chin says, can somebody tell me Bud's accomplishments by the age of 27 asking for Tank haters? I don't know what Bud got to do with this, Mr. Steal Your Chin. I don't understand what Bud Crawford. We gonna get into Bud and Errol Spence and and Uga. We gonna still talk about that, but I don't understand what Bud has to do with Terence Crawford. I really don't. Bully, what's happening with it?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we good. I can hear you.
I can hear you, but what I want to say is Tank Davis, Mayweather, he led the path as far as being successful in the boxing world. They use us like mules. So Gervonta is doing the proper thing like Floyd is showing him how to do to be a successful businessman and make his money. Like you said, he making the money already. So he don't need to let them like Pacquiao, like Floyd Mayweather waited and cashed out on the Pacquiao fight. So Gervonta don't gotta prove himself right now. He's showing us black men on how to make this a business and how to make his money and not let and he make it and he don't let them use him. And Floyd has laid the foundation, and Floyd been saying for a long time that black men won't listen to him. They won't do what he say. He laid the blueprint on how to make this thing successful. Look how many boxers we done seen and go, and they broke probably. I don't know their pockets, but they probably broke because Mayweather is the blueprint. And Gervonta, he doing the right thing. That's all I want to say about that. I can't hear you, but I hope you hear me. But you got to look at it like that. Mayweather laid the blueprint, and Gervonta, he's doing his thing. Now I can't wait for him to do them fights though. The ones we want to see, I can't wait for him to do them, and I want to see him when them lights shine bright. I want to see that too. But I agree with how they doing it. I agree how this man is laying the blueprint for Gervonta to be a successful businessman, a very rich, wealthy man. And things like that. That's all I want to say about that, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you. All right. Let's see. Let me get Coach. Coach, what's happening? Coach. Let me see. Hold on. Coach, come back in. Coach, click on the link and come back in. Like I said, if y'all want to hit the link, if y'all want to come in the building, the link is pinned in the chat. Yeah, the link is pinned in the chat, so just hit the link and y'all come in the building. Let me get Coach in here.
Coach. Yeah, let me get in that ass. I don't talk that bullshit.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, bro, I used to hate that shit that they doing with Tank, but now the way they treating Devin and how hard it is for them to get fights, meaningful big fights, I understand the shit now. Why Floyd and them doing what they doing? Do I like it? No. As a boxing fan, no. But as a business person, I understand, because the WBC and all these different organizations, they showing us that those belts, they're not giving us the opportunities, just like Demetrius Andre. They're not giving us the opportunities to unify. They're not giving us the opportunities to do nothing. So those belts are meaningless. And then the controversy Mauricio Suleiman sent Devin Haney through with the franchise belt, and with Canelo with the franchise belt, they don't respect the fighters when they do shit like that. So I kind of understand it. As a boxing fan, of course I want Tank to fight better competition. But now I can see, I don't fucking blame them. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame them for doing what they doing, because these fighters not being treated fair. And Tank, and if he can make an ass load of money and not worry about no belts, God bless him, bro. That's how I look at it now. I used to hate the shit because I want to see the best fight the best, but those belts are meaningless now, the way they treating these fighters. So, but I also want to say one thing.
Here you go with the bullshit, Coach.
There's a reason why them motherfuckers don't want to fuck with him. There's a reason why Reynoso is scared of that mother. There's a reason why I can never mention his name when them motherfuckers, when he had the belt. There's a reason why. You remember that. Remember I said that. Deuces, love y'all.
We gonna get to see. Appreciate you, Coach. Let me bring Dr. Mark Stearns in the building. Let me read Mark, let me read this super chat, OG.
Okay.
Hold on. We got my man W right side in that super chat. He say salute. He say supporting the content. Appreciate you in the chat. What you think about Tank versus O'Shaquie Foster or Conceição at 130 or Zepeda at 35? I think Williams Zepeda. Oh yeah, man, that's a hell of a one. He says I like all them fights. O'Shaquie Foster, he can fight, he can box, he you know what I'm saying, he well-rounded. Conceição can box his ass off. We see he a hell of a fighter, but I don't think Tank is gonna fight at 130 no more. You know what I'm saying? And then Williams Zepeda at 135, the young cat, hey, he gonna be a problem. Williams Zepeda, if y'all don't know who he is, not Jose Zepeda, Williams Zepeda at 130, he's a problem. So I like all of them fights, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like all those fights. There's a lot of fights, man, competition wise. But in Anthony Monroe, I see you in the background. I'll bring you up once Mark get done cooking. What's going on, OG?
What's happening, young blood?
Yeah, man, I see you clean as a tub of bleach. Man, you stay clean.
Oh, man, I'm casual today, man. Well, actually, I took off. I had a Coogee on over this one, and I took it off. But, hey, man, listen, it's always a pleasure to be amongst a young God like you. I use the term God because that's what we are.
Right.
And, but I'm gonna be brief. I'm not gonna be long-winded. I know we got somebody on the backstage, but I'm just gonna say this. Tank is being moved. I wouldn't say that he's being moved wrong, because, and the reason I'm saying that is not as a fan of boxing, I don't like the way it goes down. But as a business person, and I'm a business consultant, so when I look at some of the business moves, I understand why some of them are done, and see what Floyd understands is that he understands the corruption of boxing. So, because they did it to him. And so he's saying that, listen, until we can change the dynamics of how the fan, because, you know, I know you guys who've been doing this way longer than me, say, well, we got casual fans, and then we have the the hardcore fans. Well, the casual fans, the reality is this. All of us, you are an alpha male. I am an alpha male. And it's a whole bunch of alpha males in this chat. And there's a whole lot of not. The reality of boxing is it's the same in life. The person that is, you are the customer. As the customer, you have all the power. We don't use the power we have. The reason why these promoters are able to make the moves they make is because we're going to watch the damn fight anyway. And we're going to pay for it. I don't, because I'm a chess player. I make chess moves in life. So I don't do that. But I'll say this, it all comes down to us making a choice. Are we going to keep letting life push us and decide, and then we're the reaction to life? Because Einstein said for every action is a reaction. Well, the problem is that we're not walking in our Black excellence. We're not walking as the kings that we are. We say the words, but we got to start actually behaving that way. Because when we do that, then life will not be, we won't be reacting to life. Life will be reacting to us. We'll be pushing the needle and going where we want to go because we kings. When fans stop letting promoters, and when fighters stop letting promoters, you're the one in the ring putting your life on the line. You're the one that's done all the training to get yourself at this level. Why in the hell are you letting somebody decide how much you're going to make and all the shit you got to do to put your life on the line while they just sit back and make more money than you? No. And until we decide that they're not going to have, in my generation, they were still corrupt, but they gave us the fights we wanted to see because they didn't have no choice. We wasn't going to buy the shit. So anyway, love you. Thanks for having me on. I'm going to slide back because I know you got somebody on the backstage.
You cook and you put a lot of knowledge on people's brain right now. And let them know, right? For those who are not subscribed to Dr. Mark Stearns, let them know where to find you and how to subscribe. Okay. My name's Dr. Mark Stearns. You can find me, my YouTube podcast is called Flawless Mentality and Black Excellence Podcast with Dr. Mark. Please get on it, like it, make a comment, because the stuff we getting ready to do is not just a good moment of conversation. We getting ready to change some lives. We getting ready to spit some game that you ain't never heard. But I'm saying it's important that we start making this decision now, because if you don't, it's going to come a point in time that I'm going to shut it off. And then when people join, the only way they can hear anything that's going on this channel is they're going to have to pay. We getting ready to change the game about how this is done, because we allow people to there ain't going to be no trolls on my channel unless they're willing to pay to be there. And they'll have to pay a year in advance. So they're not going to come and get free game because they want to troll, because I won't have a troll. I don't need the money. But anyway, love you, bro. I'm getting ready to go back in the chat. And hey, man, keep doing your thing, man. You make me proud, man. I appreciate you. And make sure that you drop that link in the chat when you get back in the chat so they can sub to your channel. I will. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. And we got I see you. What said TV? I see you. We got one person ahead of you, and then I'm gonna bring you on. We got my man Anthony Monroe in the building. What's happening with it?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm good, chilling.
Good, man. I just want to talk a little bit more about the Tank situation and what I think was going on. So I'm on Instagram the other day, and I see that somebody has Tank in their top 5, pound for pound list. And respectfully, the pound for pound list isn't a real list, but I just feel as though like Tank isn't fighting the opposition that he needs to be considered on that list. You get what I'm saying? And Floyd wants people to put Tank in the pound for pound list just off, I guess, pay-per-view sales and numbers. but I honestly don't believe that he deserves to be in that. What do you think about that?
Well, my thing is that if I look at the pound for pound list and I see Inui, the Japanese fighter, if he's high on the pound for pound list. So my thing is, if you have him that high on the pound for pound list, well, Tank has to be on the pound for pound list. You see what I'm saying? So if you have a Nui on the pound for pound list, Tank's resume is better than his. So you got to put to. So my thing is, it's just all about what is your, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a different definition of pound for pound. Everybody does. So if you got a Nui on the pound for pound list because he's a knockout artist and he get in there and knock out everybody, but then you don't have Tank on the pound for pound list and he's a knockout artist and he knock out everybody, you got to make it make sense to me. Now it's not making sense to me.
Check this out. Sorry to interrupt. But Inui has been fighting champions though, actual champions in his weight, not interim, not a guy who's 36 years old. I'm talking about Gamboa, who's been beaten. True or false? And now he's been beating the champions. He hasn't fought a champion recently in his last 2 fights, but he has been beating champions.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, the reason that they have a Nui on there is because what he's doing, how he's knocking them out, and you're not showing the same thing to Tank. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying, if you ain't gonna put if you're gonna put one on there, you got to put the other one on there. If you're not gonna put one on there, well, don't put neither one of them on. That's just how I feel about that situation. As far as Tank being on the pound for pound list, it just depends on your definition of pound for pound. What is your definition? Because my man, Knockout Boxing 86 TV, he did a whole show with his pound for pound, and his pound for pound list was much more different than anybody else's, right? And his whole thing was, can this fighter's skills, if they was the same weight, same height, can this fighter's skills move up in any weight class and beat the best person that's at that weight class or something like that, right? That's what pound for pound is supposed to be, right? If you was the same weight and the same height, right? What would you look like in all of these weight classes, right? What would you look like at light heavyweight compared, with your skills? That's what pound for pound is supposed to be. Now it's changed to like, okay, well, who has he fought, his resume and all of that, So like when you look at the skill set, Tank do have a high skill set. He got a real high skill set. Tank, right? His skill set, he can compete in a lot of different weight classes, pound for pound. So it's just, I don't really like doing the pound for pound because everybody now, they have a different definition of pound for pound. But when pound for pound originally started, it was like Sugar Ray Robinson, right? They felt that Sugar Ray Robinson, his skills and the way that he fought, he can go up and beat any of them dudes. So, it's, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't really.
That's a touchy, it's a touchy.
Yeah, I don't really
touchy subject because it can go, Yeah,
because it's really somebody's opinion, you know what I'm saying? And then it's been changed around a million times over the year. So, bro, it's, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. As far as Tank Davis's resume, I'm not impressed with his resume at all. But I can't say that, he shouldn't be on the pound for pound list. And then, and some of these other people that I see on the pound for pound list, I know that Tank is a better fighter than some of these other fighters that they have on the pound for pound list.
He is. But the guy that I'm talking about was basing his off resumes. So he had take off his resume, but he didn't have Josh Taylor up there.
Yeah, you have to have Josh Taylor resume. If you're going off a resume.
If you're going off resumes, Josh Taylor goes up there. He had Tank, I believe, like number 4 out of all the guys. Yeah, he didn't have. He had, I believe, Jamal Charlo was the bigger brother, right?
Yeah, you got to have. If you're going off a resume, you got to have Jamel Charlo. You got to have Josh Taylor. You got to have an Errol Spence. Even though he don't have the best resume, you still got to have Terence Crawford on there. You got to have. You gotta have Vasil Lomachenko because he's done some great
Lomachenko's
things,
beat the guys.
resume wise. You gotta have the light heavy. I mean, you gotta have
Fury.
the heavyweight champion. My dude. Usyk. You gotta have Usyk. You know
and Fury. I would throw Fury up there.
I wouldn't throw Fury on there because he been a heavyweight his whole. You can't. That man 280 some pounds. I couldn't throw Fury. That's just me. I can't throw Fury on there. But
that's too big.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't say, oh well, if he could move down because you can't really do that with Fury. But you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's just all depends. It's all opinion, bro. At the end of the day. But man, you got anything else you want to add before I bring
that's it. That's it. I'm gonna let my man. I'm gonna be tuning in though. Thank you, bro.
Okay. I appreciate you.
All right, man.
All right. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. What's happening with it? What you said, TV? What's happening with it?
What up with you, big dog?
Man, you know.
Bro, let me tell you something. I want to say this first. I want to let you know why I started watching you. One day, you was telling a story about Rollie, when they were talking about Rollie and Tank fighting. And you was talking about how Rollie reminded you of this kid you grew up with, used to bang his head. Right?
But it was these apartment complexes I was in when I was a kid. This is way back in the 80s and shit.
Right.
It was it was a home where they took care of a mentally disabled, people. But it was all the people in that home, they were grown.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a kid, he was actually a grown man, but I was a kid at the time,
Got you. You were talking about how he was banging his head and shit, right?
Yeah, up against the steel post. Yeah.
So I was cracking up, dog. I said, I fuck with old boy. I'm gonna watch it from now on, man. So every day I get off work, you're already on when I get off. You know what I'm saying? So I come in, man, and I try to support, man. I watch because I like the content. I like you because it's never really no bias, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to you, coach, and anybody else that gets on that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Appreciate your content. But what I want to say, man, is when it comes to Tank, I was listening to what Coach said, and I was I'm with Coach when you come to think about how Floyd moving it. Because remember when Floyd did his exhibition, Floyd said, you can't eat legacy, right? And then you watch how the WBC, and all them belts, how they move and play. Look at the Cambosa and the Devin Haney and the Lomachenko and all this bullshit. Look at Canelo over there. He don't know if he want to take $100 million. He don't want to know if he want to take 85 playing games, right? But if you pay attention, you see Tank moving along. You might not like the competition, but he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? He's making money. Now, do we want to see him fight the Lomachenko, the Haneys? Yes, we would love to see that. You know what I'm saying? We would love to see it. But I understand from a money standpoint, because it's all about money. You know what I'm saying? Now, nobody really talks about the cut that Floyd gets, you know what I'm saying, being the promoter and stuff, but he makes sure that Tank is still eating. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it. That, and then my guy was talking about the pound for pound list. Man, I don't even pay no attention to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they be having people on there that lost to somebody and they above them. You know what I mean? Just because of harassment or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So when I look at it, when it comes to Tank, Tank is probably one of the pure natural fighters. I personally think he's not totally dedicated as like a Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody like a Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson, that's my guy.
That's my guy right there.
That little motherfucker want all the smoke. He don't care who it is. You understand what I'm saying? So when I sit back, man, and, and you can't really blame how Floyd is moving Tank. Tank want to fight anybody. But I understand it because it's the politics in it. If you could if boxing was more like set up like the UFC, you know what I'm saying? Where there's only one belt per weight class, we get all the fights we want. But as long as boxing is like college football and the bowl games. You'll never get the games you want. You understand what I'm saying? You'll never get the playoff. You'll never get the 16 teams that you want out there on the field, the best of the best. You're going to get what they want you to have, what they consider they can make them money, and make sure the presidents keep getting them money. And at the end of the day, I'm with Floyd on helping Tank keep making money. I don't like the fact that he's not fighting the people we want him to fight. But, you know, being in the world this long, man, and being around boxing for so long and understanding, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I understand it. You know, and it's not like people always say, oh, you know, he don't want this one, he avoiding the fight or he dodging the fight. No. If Tank can make money, and I think this is Floyd thing. If I can make money with him fighting Cruz, because at the end of the day, let's keep it 100. Tank is Floyd's golden goose.
Right.
Let's just keep it real.
Right.
They talk about there's other fighters, but that's the golden goose. And once that golden goose get cracked, then there's the money. You know, he tried to do it with J Love. Remember J Love?
Yeah. Jalen Love, yeah.
Yeah, he tried to do it with him, and didn't work out. He was always trying to find that guy to bring, and he put J Love with a little competition, and it didn't work out well. So he said, Tank, you know what? I'm gonna let you fight the Santa Cruzes. You know, the what's the name? The last dude he fought, the Cruz, Pitbull Cruz. Yeah. Now that one right there, they didn't quite see that one coming. That kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, wait a minute, you know, because nobody knew who he was. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we know now, and guess what? You know, there ain't nobody trying to fight him.
Yeah, he got a fight coming up with Gamboa, but that's I got a whole nother show. I'm gonna get on that shit. That's
right. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna hold you up, bro. But you know, I like your contents, man. You know, appreciate you, dog. You and everybody. You know what I'm saying? I watch other platforms, man, but you know, I like watch platforms where the host, you know what I'm saying, know how to. You ain't on that screaming. You know what I'm saying? You ain't over there with that old bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? I appreciate you, young brother. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you for tuning in, man, and supporting. I appreciate it, man. I always see you in the chat support, man. And like I said, I appreciate you.
Hey, man, from the West 10, baby, down here in Nashville, Tennessee. That's how we rock, baby. Boy, we volunteer.
Already, I see you. Hey, man. Appreciate you.
All right, brother, man. Stay
anytime.
Cool,
all
right, brother.
So, let me see. Outside the box, what's happening with it? You in the business?
What's happening, bro? First of all, you know I'm a fan of the show. You know I got to give you your flowers.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, but I just want to ask you, man, in 10 years, when Tank hang the gloves up at this pace, what you think his legacy gonna be?
See, that's me, and I understand what the other brothers is saying, that, you know, hey, you know, they see how they understand what Mayweather is doing because he just moving him for a bag, right? But at some point, we are the consumer. You dig what I'm saying? We are the consumer, and it's like, when are you gonna give the consumer what we want to see? Like I said, I've seen Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring with fighters that's gonna stand in front of him. I've seen him in the ring. I know what he's gonna do to them. Now I want to see that deep down tough competition as a fan. You know what I'm saying? I understand how they moving strategically, right? But Mayweather didn't move like that. Mayweather, he didn't move like that. Mayweather was maybe 38 years old before he started moving like that. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, 36, 37 before he started moving like that. Gervonta Tank Davis is in his prime. We need to see, as a fan, I'm speaking as a fan, we need to see Gervonta Tank Davis in his prime, while he's in his prime, fight the best, so I can, 50 years from now, if I'm still here on this earth,
I agree with you.
20 years from now, if I'm going to remember Gervonta Tank Davis for the fights that he was in, not for how much money he had. Now, that's great for him, how much money he
And
making. I don't know how much.
I asked that, right. I asked that question to say this: would you rather be rich or be remembered? That's what it comes down to.
So
Because he
yeah, I
didn't get
mean,
rich. So at this point, it's time to build that legacy, man. Anything else, then he'll never end up on the top 10 list of all time. He'll never end up on that list. He got to go get them fights.
yeah, because you can't. And see, my thing is like, it's Leonard Ellaby. He can't continue to come on camera and tell me, well, Tank Davis is the best fighter in the world. I mean, see, everybody wants Tank. I mean, Tank don't have to do nothing but what Tank wants to. So you can't continue to tell me that the man, the best fighter in the world, if you are not fighting the best competition in the world, and you able to fight the best competition, because it's only a few fighters in boxing that can really say, okay, I want to fight him. Nah, I want to fight him, or him. It's Canelo, Gervonta Tank Davis, and maybe now Deontay Wilder, but he don't want. He probably ain't gonna fight no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's because now people see Wilder as they see him, they think he's vulnerable now. That he's, you know what I'm saying? So you got clowns like Chisora and all these other dudes calling him out, but he never had that pick to fight, because before everybody was ducking him. So I'm not even gonna put him in there. I'm gonna say Gervonta Tank Davis and Canelo Alvarez. Those are really the only two people that stick out to me, to where they can say, okay, you know what I'm saying? I want to. They can pick and choose who they want to fight. Yeah.
Right. So
yeah,
who you want to see him getting there with?
Who do I want to see him get in there with? I mean, shit, it's a
lot.
Because
Tank had 300 amateur fights.
It's a lot of fighters. I mean, like I said, it's a lot of fighters that he don't even. If it ain't no. I mean, you got Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, Devin Haney. You got fighters like Oshaki Foster.
I like Jose Ramirez and Tank. I think Jose Ramirez would surprise us with Tank.
I'm not
and
really
that's a front foot dominant fighter. That's just what they want.
My thing is I'm not gonna force him into a weight class I know he's not comfortable in, right? When he fought at 140, he said that he wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't going back to 140 no time soon. That's why. So I'm gonna stick.
Well, shit, he didn't miss 135 before.
Well, I'm gonna stick between. I'm not gonna force him to 140 if he ain't ready to go there. But so I'm gonna stick between 130, because I know how small Gervonta Tank Davis is as far as his height and shit. If he was real disciplined, he could fight at 130 easily. So I'm gonna stick to 130 and.
But he didn't miss weight.
Huh? Well, I'm just saying I'm gonna stick to
miss weight before too, though.
If it's at 130 and 135, it's a lot of opponents that I want to see him fight, that he could get in there and fight. You know, what you say?
But you heard your boy yesterday say Tank a big boy. You heard your boy yesterday say Tank a big boy for real.
Yeah, because he's not disciplined all year round. You know what I'm saying? Like when we seen Tank back when he was disciplined, you know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, he older now, so you know he probably grew a lot, you know, as far as body mass and shit. But
he growing.
But he too short to be campaigning at 140 pounds. To me, he too short to be campaigning. Right now in his prime don't need to be at 140 right now. Maybe down the line, but right now 135 is good for him. And it's a lot of fighters that can either move up from 130 that'll make a hell of a fight, or fighters that's right there at 135 that I want to see. You know,
I definitely agree with you there.
I want to be able to comfortably say, yeah, Tank Davis is the best fighter, you know what I'm saying, or one of the best fighters in the world. I need to see you fight those certain fights to be able to say that, because I've seen you fight certain fights and I've seen you have problems. You do get them up out of there, but I've seen you have certain problems. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
Got
just running through
problems trying to close the distance.
so I mean, like I said, I just want to see it, bro. I mean, we can. I'm not a fan of crowning fighters before I see it. Now, yeah, I do crown Shakur Stevenson because I see different things in Shakur. Like I don't see no holes in Shakur's game. You know what I'm saying? When I look at Tank Davis, I see some holes, and I want to see how he'll do against the best competition. And I mean, that's we supposed to as a boxing fan, right? If you are a boxing fan, you could be a fan of a fighter. And most fans of a fighter, they don't care. They just glad to see that fighter in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was growing up, I was a huge fan of Roy Jones. I was a huge fan of Evander Holyfield, Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, Sugar Ray, right? And at a point in time when I was real young, you dig what I'm saying? I didn't care who they was fighting. I didn't give a fuck about the resume or who. I was just happy to see that fighter that I was a huge diehard fan of in the ring with whoever. You know what I'm saying? If Roy Jones got in the ring against fucking Lucas Walker or whatever that white boy that he fought after playing the basketball game, I didn't care who he was. I just was glad to see Roy Jones in the ring. And so now I'm a grown-ass man. I understand the sport. I'm a fan of the sport, right, of boxing. And I have a different mentality now. So it doesn't matter if I'm a fan of you. I'm a fan of Wilder. I'm a fan of Tank Davis. I'm a fan of Errol Spence. But I want to see those fighters in the ring with the best of the best. And if they're not fighting the best of the best, I can very fast, as fast as I became a fan of you, I can fucking become not a fan of you that fast. And so that's just how I am now. But a lot of people are still with their fighters, they still like I was when I was a young boy. You see what I'm saying? And no disrespect.
Well, that's just how the sport works. Yeah,
that?
that's how the sport works. We always the sports. I say that's how the sport works. The sport always a fan of the moment, but you know we real fans, so we don't care.
Yeah, and like I said, no disrespect to nobody, but some people that's just their natural thing. You know what I'm saying? They don't really care if they a real diehard fan of you. They don't really care who. They just glad to see you get in the ring again. And now it's even. I think now it's more so than ever because you gotta wait fucking a whole year to see your favorite fighter get in the ring again. They only fighting once or twice a year. They ain't like back in the day when we were gonna see them every 3 to 4 months. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. The game just different, but man, give me your last thoughts before I bring my man Ricky Williams on. He in the background.
Yeah.
You cutting out,
man. I just feel like it's gonna kill his legacy, man. I hate to see him not I hate to see Tank not maximize his potential, man. I think that's gonna really kill his legacy. Tank is one of the best inside fighters I ever seen, man. Dude can fight in the pocket, so for him to end his legacy, man, and we don't say nothing, but he got rich. Shit, one thing we can say about Floyd, he fought the fights. He might not have fought him when we wanted, but he fought him. So, yeah, I mean, I'll close on that, man. And I really do hope that Tank build his legacy the right way and make these fights happen.
Yes, sir, man. I
appreciate you having me, bro.
You want to let the people know how to find you if you got, You want to let the people know how to find you?
Oh, yeah, we are Outside the Box, man. We got some film and content. Yeah, we are Outside the Box Media, man. Like and subscribe, please. We got content coming soon. We do primarily film. I break down every fighter. Inside the pocket, outside the pocket, fight inside, back foot, front foot. Man, we do it. We do that. Yes, so please like and subscribe. I appreciate you offering your platform, bro.
Yes, sir. And that's Outside the Box Media. Y'all go show the brother some love and subscribe to him. Appreciate you.
Appreciate that.
My man Ricky Williams is in the building.
Hey, what's good with you, Key?
What's happening with it, Ricky?
Hey, let's get it out the way.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ricky.
What's up with y'all, man? Hey, you right about Tank, bro. Like this what I want to explain to people. I like Tank, man. I think he got the goods, bro, but I gotta see it. That's all we saying, bro. Like, I think he one of the best. I'm saying personally, bro, I don't think that nobody could beat him, but I gotta see it, bro. Right? There's nothing wrong being critical of your favorite fighter. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. You should want your favorite fighter to fight the best. That's how they prove they work. Right? So again, I think I understand what everybody's saying. We know the game fucked up, bro. I'm not saying that. We know that, right? But for Tank, it's time, bro. It's time for me as a fan, as a person who come out of pocket for these fights whenever they hit, bro. You gotta show me something. It's the same way I'm not gonna sit up there and keep paying for no Vasil Lomachenko to fight no bums. The same way I ain't gonna keep watching Tio to fight no. It's no different, right? It's no different. That don't mean I dislike the man. That don't mean I'll support him as Floyd say. I wish you the best in your career. You know what I'm saying? I wish him best in his life, man, but he's a fighter, bro. I'm paying to see fights, so I need to see the right fights at the right time, right? I understand Floyd, but bro, look, it's time for Tank, bro. It's time. There's no more warm-ups. There's no more seasoning, bro, right? It's time. We got to see it, bro. That's all I'm saying. He could be great, but this the same thing. Like, if we want to keep it $150, bro, it's just the same thing. Everybody, I ain't gonna say they were saying the exact same thing, but everybody was already heralding Tio as the next one, right? Until you saw him in there with somebody else. You gotta see. There's no point of watching fights, bro, when you already know the outcome. That means everybody wins but the consumers. The fighters win, Vegas win, the managers, the promotions, the trainers, they win, bro. We lose because we already know what's gonna happen. Isn't that the point of watching the fights? Right. And I also wanted to address what old boy said about the pound for pound list, bro. How you gonna say that Tank don't deserve to be on the pound for pound list, but you got people who basically took the same path as him on the pound for pound list? Competition matters, y'all. Bringing that right back to what we just said about Tank, bro. So you could say Lomachenko on there, that Inoue on there, when they took the damn near the same paths, had one viable opponent in their whole resume. Come on, man. Y'all got to keep it fair. I'm biased as fuck. Key, you know I'm biased, bro. I'm biased. I tell you if I like a fighter, bro, but I keep it 100 no matter who it is. Right? What's up with this? What was you going to cover on the Errol and Bud situation?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we were gonna transition. So if you want to stay and cook on that, we could cook on that. Man. So at the end of the day, man, I just want to see Gervonta Tank Davis. I want to see him fight the best, and I also want to see him come out and let us know that he's pushing to fight the best. We can't continue to speak for him and assume. You know what I'm saying? Because now we need to hear from him. He's at the point of his career that we need to hear from him, because we always saying, Tank want to fight all the best. Tank wants to fight this guy and this guy. Well, we need to hear him say that. You know what I'm saying? We need to hear him showing an effort that he's pushing the fight. Not, I just do whatever my promoter tell me to do. I just fight whoever. Nah. You are the fighter. Yep. You can't let them control your career, because, like my man said earlier, you are the one that's getting in the ring, putting your life on the line, not them. That's you. So you need to be controlling your own career and telling them who you want to fight, not the other way around. Not the promoter telling you, okay, this is who you're going to fight. This is who you're going to. Yeah, that's cool if you're a kid, a prospect still coming up in the game. That's fine. But not nobody on Gervonta Tank Davis's level that you telling me that he is the best fighter in the world. Well, if he is that, he needs to be choosing who he fights. Because if we stand that Canelo Alvarez is the one that makes the decision to choose who he fight, and Errol Spence makes the decision to choose who he fight, and all these other fighters that's on that level, they choose who they fight. Well, Gervonta Tank Davis should be choosing who he fights also at this point in time. The man is 27 years old, almost 28 or whatever. Yeah, it's time.
It's time.
So that's how I feel about that.
Like I said, I believe he beats most of them, if not all, bro. Right?
Yeah.
He can box with power in both hands. You never know when it's coming. I just got to see it. That's all I'm saying. Right?
Yeah, that's all we want. And I don't understand why people have a problem with us saying we need to see these fights. Like, if you're a fan of boxing, you should be agreeing with what we saying. But anyway, and y'all hit my like button. But we finna talk about the Errol Spence, this whole Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, and your Dennis Ugas situation. Now, so y'all hit my like button. So, so you heard it, Ricky. We've all heard it. Errol Spence came out first. Terence Crawford came out, and he pretty much kind of came out and basically told everybody that he had been lying about the whole situation the whole time. He didn't say it in those words, but if you know, you know. If you know the history of everything that Crawford has said in interviews, his team has said that basically they ran with, for years, they running with the notion that, and telling everybody that Errol Spence is afraid of him, Errol Spence is ducking him, that Errol Spence is the reason that the fight hasn't been made. But then they'll backtrack and say, oh, well, it was Bob Arum. Then they'll come back and say, no, it was Errol Spence. So, you know, now he finally does an interview, right? Now that he don't have nothing to do with Top Rank no more. He got the lawsuit going on, and he comes in the interview recently and he says, look, you know, it's not Errol Spence. It don't have nothing to do with Errol Spence. He said, matter of fact, I talked to Errol Spence on the phone, and I know one thing is that he wants to fight just as much as I do. Has nothing to do with me or him. We both want to fight, but the politics of boxing is the reason that the fight hasn't happened. It's the promoters, right? It is the promoters are the reason that this fight hasn't happened, right? So this is what he says. Now, fast forward a couple days later, Errol Spence is at the live event in Dallas, and he said, hey, he get on the mic. He wasn't asked. They didn't say, Errol Spence, can you talk about what do you think about Terence Crawford? What do you think about yourself? And they didn't say that. He got on the mic and he said, look, I appreciate everybody for supporting me. This is my second comeback. And he said, this time I'm going after Ugas. I'm taking his strap. And then I'm going to take the WBO strap. I'm going straight after that strap and become an undisputed. You know what we hear? You know what we've been hearing? Because I'm pretty sure you've been hearing the same shit or seeing the same shit I've been hearing and seeing from the Terence Crawford, the Bud committee, right? The Terence Bud Crawford committee. I've been hearing the same shit from all of them. And they're still, under my comments, oh, that's a lie. He's still ducking. Terence Crawford. He's afraid. Oh, Terence Crawford just saying that is because he's just being politically correct and all type of different excuses. And I'm like, what's wrong with him? Ricky, I don't know. Maybe you can help me out with this because you had Terence. I got you, Kwame. Send me your email on my phone. Text me your email and I'm gonna send it to you. So you have Terence Crawford saying it. You have Errol Spence saying the same thing that he said from the very beginning. I'm gonna get all the belts on my side of the street, and then I'm going directly to see Terence Crawford so we can make this big mega fight, right? But all of his fans are still insisting on, nope, Errol Spence is the reason the fight didn't happen. Errol Spence is ducking and Errol Spence is scared. Man, you ought to just go to the video sometime and read the comments that these motherfuckers is putting under my shit. Like, I really don't never read them, but sometimes I do. I'll scroll and read some of them, you know, just to have something to talk, just to see the shit that they saying, bro. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy, but maybe you can help me out. And I'm gonna send this. You go ahead and cook, and I'm gonna send this link to Kwame.
Hey, man, look, Who got kids in here? Anybody got kids?
Yeah, I got kids, definitely.
Hey, Kia, you know how when your kid get in trouble, right? And they'll tell a lie. They be like, no, well, yeah, it was like that when I got here, right? You be like, come on, I know what happened. Well, yeah, what happened is I climbed up and I was reaching for a soda, and then I knocked it over. I didn't mean to, Dad. I didn't mean to, Dad. You was like, no, just like, you know, didn't I tell you not to go in that refrigerator? Well, that's Terence Crawford, man. Right? That's Terence Crawford. It's always, if y'all notice the pattern, bro, it's never Terence Crawford's fault, bro. Y'all notice that? He done gave y'all 4 different ways from Sunday how it ain't his fault that the fight didn't get made, bro. Right? And the Bud Justice League is the brothers and sisters that knew what was going on, but didn't know the lie was already busted. You know what I'm saying? So they come that run downstairs. Yeah, Mama told Boo Boo to get a soda. You know what I'm saying? They never catch up on a lie, bro. That's what's going on with Bud Crawford, bro. I'm gonna say it like this, bro. Right? I'm gonna say it like this. If this was anybody else moving like this, y'all be saying they trying to cash out. Sitting on the side, not making no moves and no actions for any other progression of their career down the line, just this one fight. I'm not doing nothing. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna wait until they give me what I want for this one fight. If that was anybody else but Bud Crawford, y'all be saying they looking for a cash out fight. Crawford's a liar, bro. He's a liar. How you at the same time gonna put in on public record, bro, that it was Bob was the reason that the fight didn't get made, right? But then come out and say it's the fans, it's Bob, it's Errol. Who's fight? This is so stupid, bro. Like, this is so easy. This fight, all Bud ever had to do was come to the table. And this is getting to the point where Bud, like I said, Bud, to me, this is what it looks like to me, is Bud is starting to understand, bro, that he has nowhere else to go. He's the provoke. If you look up the dictionary and look up painted in a corner, that's what Bud Crawford is right now. All Errol has to do is handle business come April 16th. That's it. Errol has done everything he said he was going to do, bro. Everything he said he's going to do. Right? It's, oh, I want to fight. Yeah, me and Errol want to fight. But if I can't get the fight, I'm going to move to 154 to get put in the same position you in right now with Jermell Charlo? Y'all worried about everybody talking about, well, they gave Ugas a split. Yeah, Ugas does business with the PBC. He's a PBC fighter. If I do business with Key on a day-to-day basis, he's going to get a better deal than you will.
Right.
That's how it goes, right? If y'all can't see past this at this point, I don't know what to tell you. I know what to tell you. You know what? Your government cares about you. You know what I'm saying? The shot is really for you. It's going to make you into a superhero, and you'll be able to fly around the sun. That's what's going to happen if you can continue to believe what Bud keeps saying is true. He never wanted this fight, bro. He wanted the paycheck. I've been telling y'all this for it's going on 3.5 years now. He never wanted to fight Errol. We wanted to see Bud fight Errol. We, the fans, wanted to see that fight. If it was me, Key, if it was me, I think I'm a reasonable man. I'm not unreasonable. If I was looking to prove a point with a lawsuit saying that Bob was the reason the fight didn't happen, as soon as I got on my contract, I would have made the fight with PBC and Errol. Don't that bolster my case? Right? Because if the day I leave you, I can announce that, hey, me and Errol Spence about to duke it out. I did the deal within my own camp. Doesn't that prove that Bob Arum was the issue?
Yeah, I mean, you're a free agent now, right? You're a free agent, so now you have the ability to go sign up if you want. See, this is my thing, Ricky. He's saying that, oh, I want to fight Errol. or I want to fight Keith Thurman, or I want to fight Jermell Charlo. All of those fighters are PBC fighters. So, I mean, why haven't you went and sat down and worked out a multi-fight deal with the PBC? Why haven't you tried to go sit down and work out a multi-fight deal with PBC? And I'm just going off of what he said. He said, "Oh, well, I don't know. I'm still shopping." What are you shopping for? What are you still shopping for? Is every fighter that you naming is a PBC fighter? You know what I'm saying? Why? If I want to buy a TV at a certain price, right? And that TV that I want at that price, I happen to be in Best Buy, and that TV is right there, right in front of my face. And I say, nah, I'm going to continue to shop. Why am I still shopping when what I want, at the same price that I wanted at, is right there in my face?
Right.
Why am I still shopping? So I don't understand. It's been, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand why you still like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still shopping. But you calling out the fighters that's on the PBC roster, right?
Yeah,
you said those are the fighters you want to fight. And then on top of that, you saying, well, I know how promoters do. I know that I'm not able to just go over on a one fight deal and then just leave. He said this. He said, I know that they're not going to let me do that. He says, I know that promoters are going to want to have you basically for multiple fights. So you know all of this. What's the problem?
The problem is you don't really want that TV. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem, is you don't really want that TV. And Best Buy has no obligation to hold that price for you when you leave and come back. Once the sale's over, it's over. Right? This fight should have been happened. There was nothing standing in the way in this fight except the plan that Top Rank, Bob Arum, and Bud Crawford had.
Did you hear what I said?
That's what held up the fight, bro. And now he out here with his ass in the water, bro, and ain't got no life raft. That's what's really going on. All the viable welterweights are at PBC. It's been that way since you became a welterweight. What's so confusing? But like I said, y'all believe what y'all want to believe. I understand.
Let's do what you guys.
What's happening with it? Oh, let me read this super chat. Cassandra Mason, the queen, is in the building.
Wow.
Cassandra says, they said, but she said, they said, but Bud didn't say, but he said, but she says, they said, but he didn't say Bud's name. Well, who has the WBO strap? Yeah, they were around here. Oh, well, I listened to it, but he never said Bud Crawford's name. That's what they was all on. He didn't say Bud's name. Who else has the WBO strap? Who the fuck has the WBO strap? Is he talking about fucking goddamn Josh Taylor? I mean, come on now. He didn't say Bud's name, so we don't know who he was. Come on, man. They special, bro. I'm telling you. And let me read one more super chat I got right here.
My boy,
then I'm gonna let you cook. My man A1, who's on Emmanuel H.
What's up with you,
man? I've been watching your videos too, Emmanuel. You've been over there putting in some heat. He say, salute Kings, y'all making too much sense for them. He said, Bud fanatics, y'all gonna have to dumb it down for them. Right, man, it's crazy. He never said Bud's name. Like, bro, look like hey, some of that shit you just gotta laugh at, bro. You just gotta laugh at. And salute to Emmanuel H in the building. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do, since I see you in the chat right now, I'm gonna pin your channel. I'm gonna pin up your channel in the chat, and so everybody, make sure that y'all go sub to Emmanuel H. Damn, how do I do this? Emmanuel, comment again. Drop another comment. Just drop a 1 or something in the chat. That way I can pin your channel, and then everybody can go sub to your channel. But Kwame, what you got?
What's going on, man? Man, it's crazy, man. Like, like y'all said, these Bud Crawford fans are just out of control. I had someone today tell me, Earl said, and he's coming to get the other belt. He could have meant the Ring Magazine belt. And I'm like, well, wouldn't number 1 and number 2 have to fight to get the Ring Magazine belt? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like basic, like super basic stuff, bro. And they in a real bad place now because they realized that they went along with a lie for 4 years. For like 4 years, they done went along with a lie. And now they looking stupid, so they trying to save face, man. And then on top of it, right? Here's what's interesting to me. The new thing that Terence Crawford says about the UK fans being the best fans in the world. Well, last I checked, when he fought someone from the UK, his pay-per-view flopped so bad that ESPN yanked him off pay-per-view against Amir Khan. So I'm trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, how the UK fans are the best fans in the world, but they didn't support you when you had your fight with Amir Khan. But they came out and supported Amir Khan, who was then stopped again by you and then fighting Kell Brook. No, the UK is for the UK. Just because he came to your camp, you know what I'm saying, and it was a big event and you was part of the big event, don't mean that they the best fans. Listen, they could be the best fans in the world to the UK. But what about all these Bud fans here, right? The black Terence Crawford fans who did all this talking about Terence Crawford. Then he go to the UK and get a camera with Radio Raheem and shit on the black race for the fight not getting made. So first he says that the reason he says that Errol Spence wants to fight, right? So now what he has to do, because he's just admitted that he lied for the last 4 years, is now he has to put the blame on something else, which is now the black race, because we trying to hold each other down. You know what I'm saying? How do you rock with, like, I could rock with him in terms of him being a great fighter, but I don't see how you could even have an argument to support him in that regard. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he don't fight Errol Spence, maybe he should wait for the UK fans to buy his pay-per-view, since they're the best fans in the world. And don't fight no one from the UK either. Fight Jerron Boots Ennis and see if the UK fans will buy the pay-per-view, since they're the best fans in the world. You know what I'm saying? This guy right here, you just can't make up the shit he say, man. You just can't make it up.
Yeah, man. It's like if you just told the truth from the very beginning, the story wouldn't change a million times. You feel me? When you tell the truth right off the rip, right out the gate, you don't have to continue to change the story. But when you run with a narrative that's a lie, now it's going to change over and over and over and over. And every time you come on camera, every time you do an interview, it's going to be something different. Always. These are facts. This is not hating on Terence Crawford. These just are facts. Errol Spence, his story has never changed. It's been the same the whole time. Yes, I want to fight. The fight will happen. I'm going to do this on my side of the street, and then I'm going to take his belt. It's been the same. It has never changed. We cannot say that the same for Bud Crawford and his team. And if you say that his story hasn't changed and it's been the same, you just tell him the flat out lie. You tell him the lie. So, as far as right now, me personally, I don't believe that Bud Crawford is afraid of Errol Spence. I believe that he do want to fight. I believe that he do really want to fight Errol Spence. I know that Errol Spence wants to fight him. But what I do believe is that Bud Crawford's ego, right? His ego that he has is a problem. And I do believe that he has a problem with seeing Errol Spence, another black man, get in the ring and make more money than him. I think that is a part of the issue. That's just me. That's what I believe because, and I have my reasons for believing that. If we go down the timeline on things that he said and how he acts, wasn't like I said, he didn't have a problem, never had a problem with Amir Khan making way more money than he did. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that he should have been making more money than Amir Khan. Because Amir Khan was fighting for his title. Amir Khan didn't have so we know. But like I said, I think he do want to fight. But do PBC want to work with him now? Because I'm hearing different things behind the scenes from people that actually have personal relationships with PBC, and some people saying that I don't know, they don't look like they want to fuck with Bud now. So I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I do know that he's gonna have to sit down with Al Heyman, because if he can talk in the media all he wants to, but at the end of the day, everybody on this panel knows that the only way that fight is going to get made, and I continue to say it, is Terence Crawford has to sit down with Al Heyman. That's it. It's no, you can't say, because I know you heard this too, Kwame. You heard his nephew say, "Oh well, we talked to Floyd." Mm-hmm. Didn't they say that? Mm-hmm. Well, we talked to Floyd. Basically, telling y'all that we don't fuck with Al Heyman, but we'll talk to Floyd. Well, Floyd is not the one that can get this fight done. He's not. Floyd ain't finna put. I'm gonna tell y'all like this: Floyd ain't finna step up to the plate and put his money up to get the shit done. You know what I'm saying? Floyd is worried about himself. Fact. That's it. Floyd ain't worried about no fucking Errol Spence, and he damn sure ain't worried about no Terence Crawford. He's just not. It don't matter if y'all, Floyd likes Terence Crawford, and Floyd said that Terence Crawford is this. Okay, cool. But Floyd ain't gonna put his money up to make no fights for Terence Crawford. He's not gonna do it. So he's gonna have to sit down, speak with Al Heyman, and if he wants to fight all these fighters that he naming, he's gonna have to agree to a contract. Now, I believe we all know that Al Heyman knows the shit that's been said about him, and we know that Al Heyman knows how Terence Crawford feels about him. So will Al Heyman give him the best deal? I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet on it. You feel me? But Al Heyman to give him a deal, if Al Heyman sees that he's going to get, a good, nice return out of it, maybe, a 3-fight deal, Errol Spence, and then you owe me 2 other fights after that.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, bro, make the fight, bro. I ain't nothing else to talk about, bro. Like, April 16th, bro, this is my opinion of how it should go. April 16th, when Errol Spence get his hands raised, bro, Bud should be in the building.
Read the comment. See, I'm telling you, bro. It's like talking to a brick wall, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, these are the same people that believe every man. I'm so tired of these people, bro. Like, if 2021, 2021 and 2022 ain't teaching y'all that people just dumb as fuck, bro, I don't know what else to tell y'all. Something wrong with these people, bro. On a whole, in this world, bro, something is seriously wrong with these people. You guys have no discernment whatsoever. None whatsoever, bro. You might as well just stick your head in a goddamn ostrich hole and keep it pushing. Right? And I say that because it's y'all way of thinking. Y'all way of thinking is fucked up, bro. Y'all can have empirical evidence right in front of y'all what's going on, and y'all still don't believe the truth.
Oh God, look at this goofy comment, bro.
I just laugh because, like I said, bro, I see that shit all the time in my comments.
Ridiculous.
I'll play audio, right? I'll play audio of Terence Crawford saying what he said about Bob Arum. Then I'll turn around and play the audio of what he just said. And they'll be like, well, Spence needs to start fucking ducking them. Spence is a pussy. He needs to. Like, bro, what the fuck?
It's like the only reason he's saying that now or something is because he's trying to be nice to try to get the fight. Like,
Exactly, bro. He know he got he know he ain't got that man. He on an island, and y'all don't even see it. That man on an island, bro.
Yeah. I try to tell people those the white businessmen, they go to their country clubs together and they talk. They might look like they at war doing business, but it's not personal. That's the culture of business. But them guys, you don't think Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn talk? Like, he's a bad investment.
They told you that. Like, it's just funny to me what y'all choose to believe, but that tell me everything I need to know about y'all, man. Get out my atmosphere, bro. Get out my atmosphere, bro. For real.
See, it'd be crazy to me, bro. Like it's, but I mean, you know, that's how people are. That's how people are. They won't come and say, you know what? Damn, I thought. I mean, I respect it if you just say, you know what? Like, damn, man, I was wrong. I thought Errol Spence was ducking the whole time, but now it all makes sense. Or now I understand. They're just gonna stick to that shit. They're not gonna let it go. And like somebody in the chat say, I forgot who it was, said Bernie over there, he got them all hyped up. Bernie is still making videos. Errol Spence a pussy, he duck it. Like, Bernie has a real deep down obsession with Errol Spence. He really do. He really do. Your man's just told you that it wasn't Errol Spence, and you still making videos talking about it was Errol Spence. And he's a pussy, and he a bitch.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if it's a man, like I said, bro, like Bud doing it, he said Ruben Perez said Crawford doing it his way, and y'all mad. I can tell you this: Crawford way is the wrong way.
Hey, how's he doing it his way, and he don't even have a home? What way is that?
That's the wrong way.
What's he talking about?
They're stupid. It's no other word for it, bro. There's no other word for it.
He went to Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn, who Devin Haney says pays the most money out of everybody, told him he can't do nothing for him. That's the way Crawford wanted to go. He wanted to go to a promoter to have him tell him, "Hey, look, man, I can't fuck with you. I can't do that for you."
Everybody want to do what they own, and sometimes your way is wrong. Sometimes your way is wrong. So what you do? You keep going the wrong way, or you man up and say, "I made a mistake," and correct your path. Oh, let me guess, Ruben Perez. Right? You gonna still keep trying to take that drain plug off with a pair of pliers, huh?
Akon says, I don't know. We weren't even talking about the line share or nothing, but I mean, since he wanted to bring it up, he's talking about why should Spence get the line share? I think that's what
he earned it. Because he earned it.
I mean, I don't understand these questions, bro.
Well, that's the new excuse now, right? Because it's like what they've done in the past would say that, oh, Spence fans and Errol Spence, all we do is bring up money and we bring up splits and all this stuff. Now that the Spence fans are saying, oh, they're about to fight, the fight about to happen, right? Now the Bud fans is bringing up splits. Oh, same thing. I said it's crazy. Like today, Drico talking to him today. He said we bring up the video about Errol saying he's coming to get the other belt. Oh, but then he gonna ask for 30%. Like after he beat Ugas, then he gonna ask for 30. He gonna say he wants 70-30. They're like, can you explain to me when was the last time you heard like when a PBC fight was getting made that splits and everything was out there?
Never, because
it's never out there. It never happened with, like, I'll give you a prime example, right? You look at the Manny Pacquiao fight when he was in negotiations with Terence Crawford, and then when the Manny Pacquiao fight was announced with Errol Spence. When the Manny Pacquiao fight was in negotiations with Terence Crawford, we was talking about there's $40 million. Manny wants 40, and Terence Crawford's getting this amount, and it's 80-20, and this and that, and Bob Arum bring all that up. Nothing happened. Then a month or two later, Errol Spence announces the fight with Manny Pacquiao. No one said anything about money. So I don't know what makes people think that when this fight gets made, you're going to hear all about splits, because that's not how the PBC do business. That's not how they do business.
Oh, shit, man. Hall of Fame.
It's amazing. And they act like Errol Spence brought up the split. Bob Arum was the person who brought splits up. When they came to up to
Exactly.
147, Bob Arum was the
Exactly,
one who
bro.
said Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter weren't elite. Right?
Mhm.
Now check out the contradiction. Check this contradiction out. He says none of those three guys was elite. The only person that they would fight would be Errol Spence. Terence Crawford gets in the ring after beating Jeff Horn. Who you want to fight? I want to fight all the champions. Well, I thought the promoters just said they wasn't elite. You ain't fighting them, right? Then Jose Benavidez. Bob Arum starts bringing it up, Errol Spence's name, to promote the Benavidez fight.
Mhm.
You know, and these guys these guys are so stupid, right? I like it. It baffles me because this is the same thing Bob Arum did with Manny Pacquiao and
Pacquiao,
Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather.
It's the same thing. Floyd Mayweather scared. Every time you mentioned Manny Pacquiao, you couldn't mention Floyd Mayweather came up. He did the same thing. And you got a new generation of dummies falling for it. A brand new generation of dummies.
New generation of pack cards, bro.
Yeah, a new generation. Then I look at people right now. This guy, Klaus Lewis, he's like 50-50 is fair. I don't care what's fair. They need to fight.
Life ain't fair. Life ain't fair. I look better.
Right.
Than
It's like if the fight happens, it's up to them to figure out what's fair. But when you're using the excuse that Errol Spence is scared of you and that's why the fight's not happening, and then your promoter is talking about a 50-50 split and putting it all out there, and then people are saying,
just
well,
make the fight. That's all I'm saying.
You know, it's like it's so simple to see. Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence, do they first pay-per-view together? It does well. They said it was Mikey though. Remember that? It was Mikey Garcia who brought all the fans, right?
Yep, they in Texas. So it's Mikey.
Yeah, it was only Mikey, right? They did their number. They waited until he did his fight with Amir Khan with the world's best fans in the UK, and it flopped. Right?
My brother Swindo in the building. What's happening with it, Big Swin?
That's what I'm
What's
saying.
happening with it? Me and Swin on New Year's, me and him were going back and forth debating because you know he'll tell you that Terence Crawford gonna whoop down Errol Spence, and I'm the opposite. So me and Swin on New Year's night, we going back and forth. You know, he got Bud. Y'all know who I got. You know.
Well, all I can say is all I can say, Keon, is I can't wait till the 16th. I can't wait till April 16th because it's crazy. I be calling the results of the fights before they happen. Everyone's looking at Ugas. Listen, Ugas is a good boxer. You know what I'm saying? He's a good boxer, but there's levels because if you watch the Ugas fight versus Sean Porter, even though I chose Ugas to win, they were in a deep dogfight where he wasn't able to take himself to a level to
dominate Sean Porter,
differentiate himself when Sean Porter was giving his best. And that's why Sean Porter was able to weasel away with the win. Now, what people are looking at, because this is what people say, oh, don't look at the triangle theory, right? But what people are looking at is how Errol Spence fought Sean Porter. And they're saying, oh, that was close, so this is going to be a tough fight. I keep trying to tell everyone, Errol Spence versus Sean Porter, Errol Spence, that was his worst performance. It was a great action-packed fight, but that was his worst performance. This guy was not in shape. This guy was drained.
He was fucking off big time outside of the ring. Let's just keep it real. He was fucking off big time outside of the ring. And I don't really talk about these fighters, what they do outside of the ring, but he's let it be known himself.
Yeah,
right.
It plays a part. For sure.
And just like in your thumbnail, right? Errol Spence looking like that nigga with the shag before training camp already. Or he's looking like that already. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a whole different ball game. And mark my words when I tell you this, Keon, the fight is going to be very, very similar to the Lamont Peterson fight. Mark my words.
My man Swindle say he say mark his words. He said Ugas is gonna give Errol Spence everything he can handle.
Okay.
We gonna see.
I'll be in the building. We'll see.
He got 12 knockouts. If you don't have enough to keep Errol Spence off of you and you have no bicycle, it's over. And Ugas has no bicycle.
Yeah, Dr. Mark. Yeah, Swindle, he got his own printing company and he makes his own black owned, he make his own machines. The press machine. He
salute,
invented his own machine.
Hey, Swindle, good. Hey, I got you.
Family.
So Swindle, put your info in so they can follow you. Yeah, he printed his own machine. Everything black owned.
That's what's up. I'm proud of you on that, bro. Good job.
Definitely.
Yeah, he definitely got it popping. So yeah, put your, let them know where to find your, because y'all can actually find him on Instagram, and then
he on the gram. I got you.
Yeah, he on Instagram. Let me pull him up. Put your Instagram on in here, Swindle.
Hey, Key, let me ask you a question.
Swindle Woo Woo.
Yep, that's him.
I got him.
Key, do you think Ugas is a bigger puncher than Kell Brook?
Is Ugas a bigger? Hell no.
I rest my case.
Hell no.
I rest my case.
Hell no. Ugas.
I rest my case because Earl took some hard, clean shit on the chin for Kell Brook and went nowhere. Ugas is not. Ugas got a big problem. Y'all okay? y'all think the Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence, and the other guy, the Sean Porter, Errol Spence is going to show up in the ring. Y'all gonna be sadly mistaken. And the other thing is, people look at the Danny Garcia fight. I don't know if you remember, but when Errol was coming back from the accident to fight Danny, there was a time he was doing.
Hey, Key, I'm out, bro. I got to make a run real quick, bro. Y'all be easy.
You too, Ricky.
All right, Ricky, appreciate it. Let everybody know what time you're gonna be on tonight.
Oh no, tonight, man. If y'all want to check me out, I'm on Lapeef. I'm on the Lapeef Network. Lapeef Let's Talk. On King's Talk tonight at 8 p.m. Central on Lapeef Network on YouTube. So here's my schedule just to keep it simple. Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. I'm on my channel. Just do a search for Ricky Williams Boxing. On Tuesday nights, I'm on King's Lapeef Let's Talk. Wednesday nights is Wildin' Out Wednesdays. That's an open panel day where we just talk about life and sports in general and boxing in general. Thursdays is fighter ratings, bro. We do fighter ratings where we rate a fighter from 1 to 10. You can come back and see what we think about a particular fighter. So if y'all want to participate in that, again, Ricky Williams Boxing on Thursdays. And Friday, we just do RNC. Fridays is RNC. That's Real Nigga Conversations. You know what I'm saying? So we just talk about life and stuff in general and, get it popping for the fights that weekend. So y'all make sure y'all take care of yourselves and y'all family, man. Everything else will take care of itself. We gone.
Appreciate it.
And make sure that y'all go sub to Ricky Williams Boxing. He got a hell of a channel.
Definitely.
And Swindle said Spencer's gonna get past Ugas, but it ain't gonna be easy. Yeah, I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you, Swindle, it's gonna be different. I think this one's gonna be different.
Yep.
Errol Spencer's in a different type of shape. He doing strength and conditioning training again, and he feel like that he got something to prove. He really feel like that he got something to prove, y'all.
And another thing, Keon, is also people aren't. If you think about it, Errol Spence had had even more time to rehab from the accident. Even with the eye injury, he even looks better and healthier in the face now when you see him. He just had more time because that was a lot of trauma. He had a lot more time to rehab from that. So I really think we're gonna see a real special performance on the 16th. It's gonna really make the Terence Crawford fight huge because I got Errol Spence getting a stoppage in this fight. I got him getting a stoppage in this fight.
And if he stopped, Ugas is hard to stop. But like I said, I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna be right there in the building, and I think that Errol Spence really gonna put on a show. I think he's gonna put on a great performance because Ugas is gonna be there to get stopped.
Yep.
He gonna be there to get stopped.
Yep.
Now Ugas can fight. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people don't, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize how good Ugas is. Ugas is a hell of a fighter, but I think Errol Spence, the level that he on now, and the focusedness that he has right now, it's gonna be different.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be different. Just like you heard, what's his name? Errol Spence's his sparring partner,
Marvelous Jarvis.
Marvelous Jarvis. Just like Marvelous Jarvis said, he said, "Man, I haven't seen Errol Spence this focused like he is right now in years." He said, "In years." He said, "Man, Errol Spence is different right now. He's stronger." He said he's faster, and he knows because he be in the ring sparring with him. He said, "I ain't seen him at this level in years." My man, Uppercuts Boxing Nation, what's happening with it? And make sure that y'all go on YouTube, on Facebook, right? On Facebook, and subscribe to Uppercuts Boxing Nation. It be going down over there.
Yeah, Uppercuts is taking the place of Loyal to the Game. I'm not messing with Facebook like that no more with groups, but Uppercuts is where it's at for this.
Yeah. So if y'all was wondering what happened to the boxing group on Facebook, Loyal to the Game, well, Uppercuts, that's where it's at now. You know what I'm saying? They just basically switched over. So make sure that y'all go sub to that on Facebook. But yeah, man, I can't wait. This fight is gonna let us know everything that we need to know about Errol Spence.
Facts.
It's gonna let us know everything we need to know.
Facts.
So come Swindle, come April 16th, Swindle. He gonna answer your question.
Absolutely.
He gonna answer my question and everybody's question. Anybody that got any questions on Errol Spence moving forward, we're gonna find out April the 16th. With that being said, man, we've been on here for 2 hours and 40 minutes, man. Kwame, let me get your last words before we get up out of here. And y'all hit the like button. If y'all ain't hit the like button, hit my like button.
Absolutely, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to everyone who was in the panel. To the host, of course. And make sure you guys, if you in here, because I think when I came in here, it was like 240 people watching. So we need to have at least 240 likes. Make sure you hit the like button because it's free to hit that like button. And that with that amount.
Yes, sir. Let them know where to find you at.
You guys can find me at Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk on YouTube. I'm probably gonna have a show going on tonight anyway because I got a lot to cook on tonight, man. So if y'all want to see that heat, because it's no holds barred. If you like to see people debate on Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, then you just need to show up because that's what we're gonna do, and it's gonna be no holds barred, man, for real.
Yes, sir. Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk right here on YouTube. And my man Swindle be talking that shit. That's why me and him was debate. You know what I'm saying? He said this fight ain't gonna show me nothing about what he gonna do to Bud, though. Yeah, you right. You worded it right because he gonna do something bad to Bud. I'm telling y'all, man, I like Bud, but man, just the matchup, the stylistic matchup, it ain't in the favor of Bud if Spence is on his A game. Now, if Spence come in looking like that nigga that came in the Sean Porter or the Mikey Garcia fight, well, then I'm picking Bud. I got Bud. But Spence, that nigga with the shag Spence, yeah, we picking. I'm going with Spence with that.
Okay, you see he growing his shag back too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a problem. I told y'all.
I think he heard you
with that. Didn't I come up with that?
Yeah, I think he heard you.
Grow that shit, motherfucking shag back. Y'all in trouble.
Yep, facts.
He know. He be hearing me. He know.
Yes, sir.
Uppercuts Boxing Nation says he said that he got the confirmation from EJ sparring partner Mark Vasquez as well. He said Mark Vasquez said he on a different level now. I'm telling y'all. Different. Y'all was running y'all mouth talking all that shit. Now you got that nigga with the shag back. And it's a problem.
I can't wait.
See, they didn't think he was gonna come back. They didn't
Nope.
think they were ever gonna get that Errol Spence
Nope.
back. My man A1 Hoop Zone. He says, hey, dropping the GOAT debate between MJ and Bron tonight. He says, comment section going crazy. What time you gonna be on? That's my man Emmanuel H. I gotta check that out. I might have to get on the panel.
Is that the name? That's the name of his channel?
Yeah, A1 Hoop Zone. That's Emmanuel H.
I'm a sub.
Yeah, go sub the A1 Hoop Zone. He said he having a big debate between on MJ and Bron tonight. That shit gonna be fire right there. And make sure that if y'all didn't sub to Flawless Mentality and BE hosted by Dr. Mark Stearns, yeah, he giving you all type of knowledge. So make sure that y'all go subscribe to his channel as well. Yeah. Coach say, what time you on, Kwame?
I'm probably gonna be on sometime like around 9 o'clock.
Eastern time.
Eastern time, yeah, I'm Eastern time. Yes, sir.
9 o'clock Eastern time. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But man, another great show. If y'all ain't hit the like button, hit the like button. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and rocking out with me today. We will be back on tomorrow, same time, same place. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.